Well, you can solve the problem the same way adventurers solve every problem, and that is to hit it repeatedly with a hammer or other object.
I wiped my entire computer
Sometimes they
and
run
only
away.
have Discord on, and it
I,
still
I get
doesn't.
it. That's like one of the only ways to get rid of your porn, man.
Oh, you did this time.
Yes.
I didn't do that.
Yeah.
But
It was
I
totally
was
me.
gonna. I was gonna say when you said hit it with other, I was like, yeah.
Of course you are. Hey guys, welcome back to Tuesday Dungeons and Dragons.
Ooh.
Woo!
Yeah, it's Black Tower Stories, Adventures in Athoria, with our guys here, the Knights of the Silver Mythal, or Silver Knights of the Mythal. Yeah, Silver Knights of the Mythal.
Can't
One of
get
these
2 weeks in
days,
a
man.
row.
Yeah, I get it. That's actually why in the Discord I put your character names in there. It's so that I can remember your names, because if I see them enough, it'll get stuck in my head. And then I won't call you by the wrong thing in the middle of the stream. So, hey, yes. So last session we had chapter 89. You guys spent some time in Avedon, trying to get a little bit of downtime, wrapping up some things and trying to figure out your next steps. Volred put his foot down and said he needed a spa day, especially after unceremoniously being dumped on another island. So, to make it up for him, you guys decided to head to the Temple of Amada, a deity known for beauty, healing, and the arts, with the understanding that this particular temple has a rather extravagant bath and spa located in it. So, when last we left off, it was morning of the 68th day of the first seed, and you guys were heading over to the Temple of Amada. Were there anything you guys needed to do beforehand or points of order that we needed to cover?
I need to equip the sword to Kelmac, but it doesn't exist yet, so
Oh, why doesn't it
Mm.
exist yet?
failure to plan and planning to fail.
I never plan to fail, sir. I simply don't plan.
Comes all natural.
Yes, it is au natural. I am a low. Okay. What's the best way to say this? Minimum friction dungeon master.
High lube.
Wait, no, that's even worse. Now that I said that with this party, that's not right. Um, Effort. Yeah, how about that? No, actually,
So you like the
let's
promo?
let's keep
You're bad at
let's
this,
keep
man.
going.
Eric said pillow princess.
That okay. Not that I'm agreeing to that. I'm just saying this is over. We're moving on. So the answer is no.
Yeah, we got nothing.
Okay. So, you guys head to the Temple of Amada. Double check. I never remember where exactly it is. Because this town is so freaking huge. Temple of Amada. Yeah, and the Noble Ward. Man, that was on my notes and everything. So, you guys head to the Temple Ward. This particular section of the Temple Ward, as you kind of head in and make your way a little bit west, comes near a section of the ocean. So you kind of walk through these higher end cobbled streets. Here they actually have like some gutters with some like cast iron filigree, like manhole cover type things, so that water and such can actually flow down into some sewers rather than open troughs. But one of the other things you notice is that the buildings here are relatively nice, kind of a Tudor style in some places, stone in others, leaded glass on most of the buildings, lamp posts, and an exorbitant amount of green space and greenery. Most of the windows have some kind of planter box filled with flowers. and such to just make this place feel a very warm and inviting and well-to-do neighborhood. As you approach the Temple of Amata, you guys kind of glance forth at this kind of imposing structure of white marble walls gleaming in the sunlight. You can kind of hear off in the distance the sound of lapping waves. And the temple's architecture kind of blends this kind of it's kind of almost like a Renaissance style, like you might find the the temple being almost kind of a museum piece in and of itself. A lot of care and love was put into the crafting of this. Um, as you make your way inside, the temple is dominated by one large kind of open air atrium where visitors kind of meander about. Um, there are arched doorways adorned with intricate carvings, and numerous tapestries line the walls filled with scenes from nature, general artistry, and compassion. Lots of mothers holding babies and things of that nature. Uh, so, what strikes you most, though, is there's kind of a large opening in the floor in the center of the atrium where it looks like this kind of herbal steam is kind of rising up through the floor up into the main body of the atrium itself. The place seems busy, as there are numerous individuals here, some of which appear to be here for actual religious rites and other purposes. Uh, there are also a number of women here who seem to be kind of discussing some different kind of fashion, beauty tips, getting makeup, that kind of stuff, as well as some bards in the far corner who are going through the process of looking as though they're crafting their newest songs. Before too long, though, a young priestess kind of makes her way over to you, a novice, as far as you can tell. She just kind of makes her way up, kind of bows a little bit. Um, Welcome to the Temple of Amata. I am Apprentice Leora. Is there something I can help you with?
Why, of course. We've come to spend a day at your wondrous facility. Can you tell me what amenities you have to offer?
Oh, well, the temple has a variety of amenities. We are first and foremost the temple, so we offer a variety of guidance and spiritual services, um, spiritual guidance, counseling, that sort of thing. But the church is also a manufacturer of beauty products, perfumes, colognes, things of that nature. We also uh, do trainings in different things for uh, bards and other entertainers. We also have a hospital and a bath that's world renowned, at least
Ooh,
in the kingdom.
tell me more about the bath.
Oh, well, it lies in the sea caves beneath the temple. The entry is right over there, and she kind of points to the kind of eastern end of the atrium where there does appear to be this kind of large Gothic stone staircase that kind of descends beneath you. The baths are quite well. There's a lot of them down there, and you can go down there and speak to Sister Alara. She's one of our healers, but she's also the administrator of the bath. She should be able to help you. And if you need uh, different private baths, we can do that. We also have some public baths. The fee, of course, will depend on which one you use.
Of course. I look at the rest of the party. Is there any questions you have for her before we go meet with Mistress Alara?
Nope.
Well, thank you, Leora, was it?
Yes, an apprentice.
Apprentice Leora, of course. Thank you.
My pleasure. Do, do you need me to take you there, or yeah, just let me know if you need anything.
It's just right over there, correct?
Uh, yes, down the staircase.
Okay, I think we can manage.
Okay.
And thank you. And thank you. So we start to walk away. As we
Yeah.
walk away, I would like to turn to the group and say, didn't we also talk yesterday something about getting information while we're here? As in, try to talk to the deity to understand where the queen's harp was? Was I the only one listening yesterday? I know I was excited about the bath, but I could have sworn that was why we were also here.
No, that was also it.
Yeah.
We also had a very deep conversation about Calum doing rituals that he should probably not do. But I think we were intending on enjoying ourselves before we get to that situation.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm prioritizing my needs first today, but we might also want to figure that out. Good talk. Are you trying to talk, Ari?
Yes.
Okay, do that again.
It's like, is it different than any other day? Don't you prioritize your needs every day?
No.
Interesting. Well, shall we keep going?
Of course.
Okay. So, you guys head down towards the sea cave baths. As you guys make your way there, you descend and the temperature starts warming a little bit. Quite unusual for heading underneath. But warm light spills from intricately carved lanterns, casting intricate patterns on the walls and reflecting off the tranquil, crystal clear saltwater pools. Each pool is hewn from natural rock formations and adorned with delicate mosaics depicting scenes of nature and artistry. The air is tinged with invigorating scent of salt water, mixed with aromatic herbs and oils that float atop the water's surface. Cloaked in privacy by strategically placed curtains of sheer fabric, visitors can enjoy the rejuvenating baths in solitude or share the experience with companions in some of the more open area baths. But as Leora had told you, this is two or three layers, I guess you could see, of these large kind of natural sea caverns that are largely just converted and in some cases hewn out to make extra room, building bridges and such. And you can see numerous little small kind of hot spring pools. Um, there are priestesses of Amata being seen by their telltale robes that vary between, pale golds and pinks and such, kind of tending the waters that come in a myriad of hues. It doesn't take very long before a woman comes up to you with a kind of this gentle countenance, auburn hair, kind of tied in a simple braid. Uh, as she kind of glances over you with a welcoming smile. Welcome, welcome. I am Sister Hilara. I am the mistress of the baths here. Adventurers come to shake off the blood and toils of your trade.
Yes.
Excellent. Well, let's see. Were you planning on one of the open air baths, or were you looking for something a bit more private?
One moment. I turn around to the group. What do you guys want to do? An open bath? Do you want a private bath? You
Private
know.
would probably be best for my purposes, at least.
And
What
wait, what purpose?
Do
That's
you
what
not
I'm curious
remember?
about.
Do you not remember what
Ah, yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay.
Red just got through asking about?
So, private, Yandre, private or public?
I see no problem in the public.
Kelmac? Well, I don't really know what are y'all doing?
Oh well,
Cats don't really like water anyway.
I'm just gonna kind of chill on the side. If that's okay. Is all. What do you prefer?
Um, is Caleb doing like a private, like by himself, or like a group private?
if we pay for the private, do we get the public as well?
Uh, Alara, yes, we have some questions. First
Of
off, is there
course.
like a public, private, or a bigger private option where you can fit more than one person? Or when you say private, is it like one?
Yes, our private pools come in baths of various sizes. We do have a few that are single individual. We have some that can accommodate 6, 12. We even have a couple pools in the lower levels that can handle 100 people in them.
So I kind of whisper over to Caleb, do you need a lot of room for this?
No?
So six. Six is good, right?
Yeah.
And I just kind of fumbled, turning around to everyone, doing like a little hand sign, like,
Yeah.
okay,
Very well.
yes.
With the hand.
Yes, Alara, six.
But do you get to go to the public area as well?
Yes, of course. If you choose to go to the public area, it's
And
fine.
is this a open public area, or do we have to be dressed in a certain way?
That's up to you. There, I suppose I should say, in case it matters, these are mixed baths, but some of the areas, such as the private rooms, do have separate changing rooms, so if that's a problem, I would recommend a private suite. But if you are going about the central public areas, you may well see bodies of different forms.
Sounds good to me.
Well, that is fine. For a private bath, I can set 6. You do have a couple options. I can give you one that is strictly private. That will cost a little bit more. Or if you're willing to share with one or two other individuals, that's fine. I'm not saying that you will have to share. Uh, After all, it just depends on availability. But it is a little cheaper if you're willing to allow one or two others to gather, if that's okay with you.
I think the room by myself will be just fine.
Of course. Well, we do tend to charge by the hour in that case. A private room for 6 with the attendant, that will run you 3 gold pieces.
Okay.
I understand it's a bit pricey, but please understand that the church does do good charity works with the money you provide.
Would So Volred, I'm hoping misunderstanding the price takes out 15 gold. Like, oh yeah, we got 3 gold per. Yeah, that's no problem.
Oh, no, it's 3 gold per hour for the bath. If you would like to reserve it for 5 hours, that's fine. That's a long time to be in the bath.
Oh, absolutely. I'm two, 2 hours.
Yeah,
Very well. 6 gold.
I'm trying to get confirmation from the group. Like,
you're good, man. Whatever you
Who's
want.
good?
here's 10 gold and one. That's for 3 hours and a tip for your hospitality.
Of course. Why don't we go ahead and bring out some mead for you to enjoy while you bathe?
Yes.
Of course. Um, please follow me. She kind of takes you off to the left, around this section that's kind of a balcony that looks over areas beneath, but is made of natural rock that's been kind of hewn down in some places to make it more or less flat. They've tried where possible to leave the natural stone finish, as it works wonders for grip, moving around while wet. But she does bring you back into this little carve out section that's definitely private. You wouldn't get back here by accident. And through a couple kind of sheer, like sateen blue curtains, leads you into this kind of large, you would guess maybe 10-foot in diameter, circular, natural stone hot spring bath. Um, a lot of the mosaics and stuff. The one in here particularly is meant to look like some kind of landscape down on the bottom, and then kind of fade up into night sky. And so they have like lots of kind of different shades of dark blue and black. There's occasionally like, oh, there's a gold tile and like a silver tile to represent night stars. Some of them have a slight kind of opalescent, shimmering quality, and everything is lit by like this singular, almost kind of Middle Eastern lantern that just kind of hangs from a chain in the center of the room.
Neat.
Quite nice.
Yes, we
I
do
like it.
tried. Well, in any case, I shall go and fetch some items for you. Um, just around this corner, there is a small area for you to hang up your clothing. Apologies, but we don't separate the changing rooms between men and women in the private baths. So hopefully you are quite comfortable with one another. If that's a problem, I can, kind of looking over to you is all, I can direct you to a different changing room.
I'm good.
Very well. Well, feel free to go as you like. When I return, I'll also bring some different bathing implements and some soaps, in case any of that is useful to you. But I definitely recommend having a nice long soak. This particular one is a white tea recipe, along with several aromatic herbs. It should be very good for washing off the road, so to speak.
All right. Thank you.
Okay?
Let's go get naked.
Naked!
Yes.
I run, slip a little bit, slow down because I almost ate shit. And go into the changing area.
Yeah, and that's saying something considering, with that natural kind of stone texture. It's kind of like having, that like kind of white mastic stuff they put around pools to make it like slip proof. That's the kind of texture you've got. So that's just like your Zella blood coming out
Whoop.
in that particular scenario.
Leave it to me to fuck up.
Yeah. But yes, you guys can doff your clothing and head into the bath. It doesn't take long at all
Except for Kelmac, so it'll
before.
take 30 minutes to get undressed.
Yeah. But at any rate, it doesn't take long before Lady Alara returns. She's got like this little basket that's filled with like sea sponge, kind of loofahs and stuff, some soaps, and this kind of nice wooden tray that she just kind of sets down that's got a pitcher and some glasses. If there's anything else, please let me know. There's a bell located in the basket. Feel free to ring it.
Ooh. Thank you.
Much appreciated.
Yes. Thank you all for your contribution to the church.
Thank you, Church, for the contribution to my day.
Yep, and she departs. Yeah, so it's natural stone. Kind of the walls and seat of everything have been kind of plastered over with the mosaics. The floor is still natural stone, though, and has kind of like a river rock texture that actually feels surprisingly good on your feet.
I wonder how deep it gets.
Wow, this natural stone feels surprisingly good on my feet.
Go under the water, like all at to my nose.
Yeah, there's like a bit of a ledge where like half of it is kind of like regular spa depth, but then there's this little section where like it drops another like foot, and so then could get kind of down. I would say I don't know what is that like 4 feet. I'm just going off my guesstimation for what a spa is. I've never actually measured the depth of one.
Roughly 3.5 feet.
Yes, I should have known. I will defer to you.
I think maybe 4 feet at the bottom.
I just know they're a pain in the ass to clean.
All right. So
Yeah.
as Caleb is getting ready, he's going to look around. Does he see like incense and stuff already laid out?
Yeah, I mean there are some. You also find like a couple kind of like glazed ceramic pots that look like they contain a variety of salts, tea mixtures, and such additives to be put into the water. I mean, you get the sense that they're probably more for the attendants, but you know, no one would really have any problem with you using them. You would think.
So what? So essentially, the area that we're in is already a ritual. Because for commune, I need holy water, which I'm going to be sitting in, as well as incense. So,
Yeah, I mean, you could phrase it that way. Yeah,
um,
I don't know that like water you guys are bathing in would be considered holy water, but I mean,
Some of us are divine
sure,
people, okay?
that's true. There's that brief moment where he's all,
everything I
"Oh, is
touch
it
is
not
holy.
holy enough? Give me a second." And then like that section just gets a little bit warmer.
Oh God!
There you go.
Holy.
It's been blessed.
All right, Maui.
Oh well, you must watch that dang movie a lot.
Yes, I
He has
do.
kids.
Yeah, my nephew's the same way. It's that and Luca. He's been obsessed with Luca recently. So,
Great movie.
Except I'm obsessed with a different Luca.
Doncic.
okay, I'll be sure not to tell your SO.
No, that's okay.
A thing for Serbians.
With Slovenians.
Oh, Serbian was the other one.
Jokic.
Jokic was Serbian.
Is that a
Racist.
sports reference?
Yeah.
Yes.
I feel like I feel like since Alex got it, that was definitely a sports reference.
Yeah, don't mess up your areas of the former Yugoslavia. They don't like that.
What are they gonna do? vote against me? I don't know if they have voting rights.
Anyway, so you're going to attempt communion.
Yes.
If I see him
I
do the
am going
ritual,
to.
I want to raise my hand. Caleb! Caleb!
Yes.
If you're doing a ritual, are they gonna like show up here again?
Yes.
Right, well, we're all naked, so.
Chances are they will probably be as well.
Ooh. Awesome. Alright.
It really depends on how they want to manifest and if they want to relax in their place of worship.
Okay. So, minimal preparation.
Well, I'm
Just
going to
make sure.
add some incense to around it to make it a little bit cloudier
Yeah,
in this area.
yeah, and as I recall, there's not explicitly any kind of spell circle or anything. I mean, I guess you are doing it
No,
as a ritual, but that doesn't necessarily matter.
yeah. Well, the communion is a 1 minute cast.
I
But
know,
no,
but
it's
it's
yeah.
got it's a ritual tag, isn't it? I'm fairly sure.
I don't know. I don't think so.
Commune? I don't know.
I know we did it as a ritual through my feet.
I don't know, man. I just gave you the freaking spell for free. So I didn't read it. Because I don't have to roll for a recap on that.
Yeah.
So, okay. So, you do the commune spell. Let's see right quick. Let's cast it. If you would not mind uh, giving me a religion check.
Thank you, Jesus.
Yeah, that's one of
I
your ones you
mean,
get your enhanced by magic with, right?
Jesus would help with the religion check.
Different pantheon.
I rolled a 15. 7 plus 8.
Okay. So, as you are kind of sitting there, reaching out into the ether with this commune spell, you guys can see, oh, okay, Calum didn't need to inscribe a bunch of shit. It's just like, this ritual is very different than any of the other rituals he's done. And also, as a point of order, I'm not entirely sure Calum has even told you guys that he received this boon. Uh, because I think you gave it,
Wait,
you received
wasn't
it, and then you guys just teleported.
right.
And yeah,
I
but
haven't had a
anyway,
chance to tell anybody.
yeah, you haven't had the chance to try one. So you guys are probably sitting there going, okay, this is going to be really weird. Do we like need to get out of the hot tub or something? And you see him just do like some weird praying stuff, maybe a little Naruto stuff, and then just kind of close his eyes.
It requires a summoning jutsu.
That's legit.
Okay.
Blood
Um,
sacrifice.
Okay, let me see here. Oh, shit. Okay. That's very good. Okay, so there's a little bit of time where you guys are kind of sitting here, and you feel the water get a little bit warmer, but still comfortable. And there's something about the aromatics of the herbs that just kind of like gets into your body, and you can literally feel the stress just kind of melting away. And then present for all of you to see and hear, a voice just breaks the silence with, ah, this is wonderful, isn't it? Uh, And as you guys kind of glance over, you see a truly stunningly beautiful woman, elven in features, with this kind of long, very sheer pink and white dress that kind of goes across one shoulder and then down in kind of like a toga style. And it's kind of clasped up the top with a very intricately designed clasp of a nightingale and a lark together. Um, she wears this crown of looks like some kind of branch that's got berries in it, like little red berries. And yeah, she just kind of sits there going, I mean, this is one of my favorite temples, of course. Well, so, seems you're making the rounds, young Master Caleb.
Yeah, that tends to happen when you're constantly trying to figure stuff out.
Well,
But
and then you
nice
see
to
her
meet
kind of,
you officially. My
yeah,
name's
kind
Caleb.
of takes the kind of hair over, golden hair over one side. Ah, yes, of course, I know you. After all, it's not the first time you visited one of my temples. Though I think this is the first time you've sought a private audience.
Yes, and I suspect this also won't be the last. Now that
Well,
I have been given my recent boon, makes it much easier
yes.
to contact the other realm.
Yes, it's just quite interesting. Romakai doesn't normally grant boons to those who are not his direct followers. But I suppose in some cases you are special. Still, the spell is limited, so if you have some questions, I recommend starting while you still have time.
I seek an item that you are very familiar with. The Queen's Harp.
Indeed, I'm quite familiar with this.
I was told that you either might be in possession of it or might know where it is, as it is something that you sought quite heavily or enjoyed to listen to.
Yes, indeed. I was quite a fan of that. And the Queen, for whom it was named. Well, if you're asking me if I am aware of its location, yes, I am. In fact, it's not far, but does lie on the material plane. Despite the rumors, it is not with me at this moment.
Well, I was hoping that as a gift of you helping me locate it, I might be able to play it for you one more time.
Awfully brash for you to assume such a thing. After all, that particular instrument has only really ever been used by masters of their craft. You would name yourself such an individual?
I would attempt the feat. I don't know if I would consider myself a master, but I am quite good at playing such instruments.
Hmm. Well, I suppose I could at least see what you have to offer. Mm, so yes, if you record it or receive it, then I suppose I shall come for a private audience. Who knows? You might even get into my good graces and perhaps receive a boon from me. My boons are well sought after, you know.
That would be quite lovely. You said the harp is close by, correct?
Hmm. I'm going to assume that isn't going to be your second question, and
No,
to
more
instead,
referencing to the first question.
you understood correctly.
Is it currently located?
It's awfully general. Would you like to revise your question before I answer?
Out of character, I'm thinking. I'm
That's fine.
thinking I should say
Oh,
something.
see, you have party members or other players here who might be able to help you out too.
Yes. Um, I would say something along the lines of what city is it close by to, or what type of uh, area is it located to, or not milestone, but marker
Marker
that
that
it'll be
will be
close to.
posted. Why can't you just be specific and ask for the exact location of the item? And then if there's another question, ask if
Well,
anybody is in possession of the item.
well, the thing is I asked where was it, and he said that the question was too general, so he could just say it's on the material plane.
Yeah, because you just said where was it? You could say where is the exact location of the item, and like that's a little more specific than where is it? Because you could just be like, oh, material plane, or oh,
Or could say where is the exact location on the material plane?
Can you provide us turn-by-turn directions to its location?
can you Google Maps us the location of this item?
And she's like, it's Apple Maps only, but we all only have Android.
Or, I mean, you could say can you provide us a map to the location of the item if you want to get like something like that.
How many
But
questions do you have?
yeah, that's also a very important thing. How many questions do you have?
3 total questions.
And you've already asked one.
Yeah.
So you have 2 questions left.
Yeah.
Like, can you? Well, I mean, geez, because it's gonna piss Volran off. But I'd be like, I would ask, can you provide us the exact location of the item, and then can you transport us to the location in which we can receive or retrieve said item? But I'm pretty sure Volran would throw a fucking fit.
Do it.
Being
Also,
teleported.
Amada is not a god of travel and teleportation.
But she is a god. I'm just saying, let
you're
gods get
also
rules and stuff.
asking a question like, "Can you teleport us there?" They say yes, and then
Yeah.
that's the end of it. Like, all right. I would try to ask like, who was the last to possess it? If are they still in possession of it? Would at least give you 2 answers. If they're still in possession of it, then we can hunt that person down.
It still doesn't tell us where it's at, though. I think he's
I'm
trying
going to
to
ask for a map to the location. If you can provide a map to.
She can only provide you like a verbal response. Well, she could potentially give you an item, but you wouldn't want to bank on that.
Yeah.
I think finding out
Yeah,
who
I
was
would.
the last to possess it would at least give you a clue.
I think that would be my last question. My next question, I think, is going to be, where is the exact location of it on the material plane? Because I don't really know another way to word it to make it more specific. Me personally, at least. So, I'm back in character. Could you tell me? Could you tell me the exact location of the harp on the material plane? Wait.
That's a yes or no answer, Caleb.
Okay. Will you tell me? How about this? Tell me the location exactly on the material plane of the harp.
Uh, she kind of chuckles a little bit, kind of going back and forth. You're just hearing a little bit of whispering.
I'm in the pool. I'm still in the bath water. Like, wrong. Don't say that.
Uh, so Amada kind of sits there a moment. Well, I will avoid giving you very precise coordinates, as there's no way for you to measure them. So I will be a bit more helpful. It lies within the private collection of a rather unsavory dealer named Thorium. Uh, he is an antiques broker here in town and runs an antiques house called Ecclesia Treasures. I would offer this next little bit for free. He is exceptionally dangerous. And so, let's just say he has friends in high places. So you should move forward carefully.
Well, that takes my next question out.
Eric, I'm just going to let you know I'm not going to attempt to spell either one of the guys' names or the location where it's at. So can you please put that in the chat so I can put that down in my notes?
Yep.
Thank you.
So, just to clarify what I just heard, it is owned by that individual inside the city in his private collection. Very unsavory. Probably could kill us.
I wouldn't necessarily say owned. It may just be in his possession.
Possession. That's fair.
But he's also that's actually kind of funny because if we put anything that says like, hey, you can't stop people from looking for this item, he probably already knows we're looking for it. And Alex is helping Kilmo try to find another question, I'm sure.
Well, I told you my
Nope.
questions.
Um, I'm going to open the. I'm going to look at the other individuals in the party. Any other questions I should ask?
Caleb, ask her how her day is. Don't be
Don't be
impolite.
impolite. Don't do that. Does he do that often? When he is talking to gods and deities, does he ask how their day are?
Yes, he's quite eccentric.
No, I was talking about you. I was curious if you fumble the bag often.
No,
So you deal with gods and deities quite frequently, but you can't think of the last question to ask.
that is correct.
Maybe is there a certain advice that you can give me to help me achieve this item? Or it's just information about said person who obtained it, weaknesses, strategies, things that would be more um, advantageous to the group. There, are, you could find multiple things to ask, but you're not narrowing it down very well.
Is she just overhearing these mumbles? Because at
Yes.
that point, I'm just
Oh,
going to
yeah,
stare.
She's just
Yeah.
kind of sitting there.
She's just relaxing in the hole.
Yeah, she's kind of doing the weird aloof thing where she's just kind of like only her legs are in the water. She's kind of seated on the end, got her hands, but she's kind of relaxing, and then mostly just not ignoring you guys until you ask a question. Then she kind of snaps to attention.
Celeste is not making it a point to be like hidden about his questions to Caleb. Like he's very, very pointedly talking to Caleb in a very loud fashion.
I'm gonna look at her. What would be your best advice in approaching this individual in either secretive or non-secretive to obtain this item from him?
My best advice would be that he is well known in a variety of religious circles of gods and clerics of shadier and darker variety. And so you should understand that there are a variety of methods at his disposal to combat or protect any of his treasures, as the harp is not the only object in his possession. And another thing is, because of that, it is quite unusual for anyone not from those circles to even be aware of his existence. So I would be careful how you approach him, as the method might, well, it might prove your undoing. Well,
Thank you very
I
much.
believe that was your questions. So, I suppose I should simply say thank you for the audience. Next time, though, it would be nice if you had, I don't know, some libations or perhaps a charcuterie available for me to consume. Uh, if you are going to summon a god, might be best to ensure that they are properly hosted. But this
I
is
will
your first time, so I'll let it go.
I will definitely take that into consideration from when I summon you the next time to play the harp for you.
Indeed. Oh, and this will also be some free advice. I highly recommend you avoid summoning my brother in this way. Um, he has well, he has a way of complicating the lives of people who come in contact with him. So just keep that in mind. Anyway,
Will do.
goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
And she kind of turns into smoke, and the room just smells of spring and flowers.
Well,
Well, that was fun.
So, is there like a limit on how many questions you can ask?
3.
Oh, so that does make sense you didn't ask how her day was.
You can, if you are in conversation with an individual like that, and you are limited in questions, you can word it differently and say, I hope your day has gone well.
Hmm. That's why I usually let you talk to the gods. She was very pretty.
so we're gonna steal a harp.
Yes, and it seems as though we are going to have to research this individual. Um, Thorian Darkwood. I
Mm.
believe just researching this individual might put our name on some people's lists.
I mean, depends on how you ask about it.
Yes.
Don't we have a library full of information?
Are you talking about the library at the Sanctum?
Yes.
That library will probably not have much information on a recent individual, as it is mostly information that is pretty old.
I
But
could go ask Godwin. He seems to know a lot about different things and people. He mentioned someone in this city that I should go and try to find some stuff from, but didn't really give me a name for it. Or maybe he knows some people in the city.
yeah,
Gotta go ask him.
let's try that route first because you have relations with that individual.
You have relations?
Yeah, I got relations with you, Evolred, Godwin, a couple other people.
Godwin is pretty much the only friend
Hey,
that
hey,
she's
hey.
made out of this.
Don't be looking back like that. I know you're trying to get it. It's not that kind of relationship.
The only thing that Reggie has told me is scampeding, and I have no idea what that means.
That the hell is, what does that mean?
Apparently, you have the audacity to scampede.
What the hell is scampeding?
It is the act of scamping.
I don't know what scamping is.
He told me to ask Kelmac. Kelmac will be able to provide additional information.
Calmac?
Mm.
What is scamping? Better tell me what scamping is right now. If I break your non-existent sword. It's easy to get rid of a thought.
Hey, yeah, that works for me. I can mark it off my list then. My non-existent list.
The list that's never getting done, apparently.
Well, it's not a real list. It's a list, but it's not on the list
It's
of
an
stuff
It's like baseball has the
that
unwritten rules. This is an unwritten list.
yes.
It's like the unspoken menu at In and Out. You just got to know it.
Yeah.
Okay. Got a couple hours still, so we can still relax.
Yeah.
What a very obvious
You want,
statement.
do you want to go to the public area now?
No?
Okay. Then Caleb will just chill here for a couple hours.
Who do we know in Athoria, Caleb?
Oh wait, we're back at Ariel.
No,
Ariel.
that's where Godwin's shop's at.
Oh,
It's also where our house is at, right?
yeah, yes.
Yeah.
I haven't even thought of Seleucia in days.
Must be really relaxing.
Volred just disassociates.
Yeah.
So, Caleb, what's our closest thing to Athoria that we can, like, teleport to?
Master
Ariel.
Falarion.
Okay.
Master Falarion, I can teleport to his location.
Mm-hmm.
Preferably get dressed first.
Yeah. But yeah, I would just chill here for a couple hours until our time's up.
Okay.
Volred wants his body to be as sort of like beef jerky, like pruny like consistency as it once was, by sitting in the waters for such a extended period of time.
Yeah, and it's kind of odd too. It's like as you kind of been in there a while and you kind of like are running your hands, like layers of dead skin are sloughing off your body to the point where you've got like this like an hour in, you've got this kind of newborn babe kind of soft feeling that's a little odd, but at the same time still kind of reminds you of your past, right? Before you became an adventurer and you were pampered all the time. So
Soft like a baby.
it's a babby. He's a full
Just,
babby.
just a little baby.
Yep, a little murder baby. So,
Anything else anybody
uh,
want to talk about?
whilst you guys have privacy.
I'm not used to talking about these private things without a stairwell. So we find the harp, we secure the harp, we turn in the harp. After you play it, what are we doing then?
What's our end game here?
That sounds like a big task. We should probably prioritize doing that before we start worrying about doing something else.
Yeah, probably have another spa day after all that happens too.
I like the way Zal thinks. Must be all
Yeah.
the scamping.
What is camping?
Yes.
Look at Yandre's face.
Okay,
It's a secret.
channel is now getting muted. The gifts are starting to roll in, and that's when I am like, I'm gonna mute you. Okay.
Only thing
Yeah, so
left.
we just have to figure out some information about this.
Yep. So about an hour and a half of blissful relaxation later. Throughout the time, the attendant kind of comes by, drops off some more mead, um, brings a couple other kind of beauty items, that you guys can do to kind of really get the full for a little while. But yeah, then you guys are kind of done and find your clothing back in the dressing room, and it appears as though it has been laundered and folded. You even see a couple instances where some of the tears have been mended, and they're just kind of ready for you guys when you return.
Oh, that was beautiful.
Let's go pick up our stuff and get ready to leave
I'm gonna go pick up my stuff.
from the hotel inn.
Voter, did you enjoy yourself?
Yes, I did. It was quite peaceful. I may be able to go a couple days without complaining again.
Just a couple.
Well, I can't guarantee it. I don't want to overshoot, my behaviors in the future.
What is your record?
I don't know when I
I
was
think like 3 days after after you got resurrected.
He was dead for a while. Are we counting that?
As what to
No,
say, are you counting the days that he was dead?
no, only counted the days afterwards. But then again, he was sort of in a comatose. He wasn't really talking at all. So there's that.
So he was silent due to a medical condition? That doesn't seem fair.
It's like protesting but silent.
Thank you, Yandre.
Well, that's
They're
like the
trying
only
to
time he
attack
didn't
my
really talk.
character. I will tell you, I was so depressed that I did not complain for at least 5 days during that depression.
So 5 days is the target.
It could have been more, I said at least.
Days.
And how is your depression?
Well, I just had a spa day, so I'm feeling great.
So it is a momentary fix. But the depression will be back.
Probably. If I'm learning one thing more recently is I can't escape the feels, no matter how many times I try to buy my way out of it. Or
And
bribe.
you, Autumn Yandere literally walks up to Volred and just puts his arm around him and it's like, "You are a beautiful person. You shake yourself with some of the shadows that are in your heart, but you really do provide a sense of mm, stability for the group."
I'm not used to that word.
Stability?
Oh, I know what the word is. I'm just not used to it.
Maybe grounding is better because everybody wants to keep moving, and you're the one that wants to slow down and take in the environment. And
I
I
was.
guess that is
I'm sorry. I was never grounded as a child. What are you trying to say?
the ground, the earth that you walk on. You know, when you step on the ground and it doesn't move. It's unwavering. It is solid in its foundation. Your foundation is to be pampered, and you are very good at making other people want to be pampered as well.
Yeah.
I accept that.
Great. Armiandre just kind of like pats Volred a little too hard on the back and just keeps moving.
How hard of a pat is it? Like an awkward, like hard, like gropey pat, or like a smack, like slap? Like how does Volred process that?
Like not a gropey pat. It's definitely not a gropey one. It's more
Baseball, good
just
game.
yeah, not even on the butt. It's in the center of the back. So even it's just like a just kind of like a
Once you
forceful
stop that
shove.
for a second.
Yeah, you gotta fall forward just a little bit, but not enough to actually like fall on the ground. It was just more like, oh, it's a little hardy.
Okay, Volred doesn't know Autumn Yandere as well, so he needs to figure out like the possible pervy level.
Oh no, this is not. You'd be surprised who the pervy one is. This is not the pervy one. He is very joyous and loves to be around people and enjoys just kind of the environment that he's in and wants everybody to live to their fullest. But he's not the pervy one.
Joke's on us. That one's actually Yandre.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
It's
I don't know.
it's summer, Yandere.
Get that New Yorker attitude.
Reggie?
You're gonna have to find out. I mean, you could ask all of the Andres which one has a little propensity towards excitement, and I'm sure most of them.
Yeah, or you guys just start like as soon as one switches out, you guys start walking around naked and see which one of them stares at you.
Which one's
Yeah,
horny on
okay.
Maine?
Yeah, which Yandere is gonna go scamping? Is all. We have a quest for you to find out.
I don't know what that means.
Oh man.
Is this a southern thing? I'm confused. I'm gonna start asking people. It's going real awkward now.
I can't laugh or I cough. It sucks.
All those rituals.
Okay. So you guys are ready to go. You can feel free, of course, to return to the inn, get you some lunch or whatever you want to do. But the day is still yours.
I will use my sending stone to reach out to our liaison. Let me know that
Okay.
we're going to be heading back into town later on this evening, in case there's any information they had.
Okay. The voice comes back, the familiar. Well, that is very good to hear from you. Quite. What is the word? Providential, I suppose. I just had a request from someone who wants you to do a job from them. It's not one I think you can say no to. come see me.
It's like, you waste a lot of time there, guy. Come on. All right.
Well, I mean,
All right. Cool. I'll let everyone else
Isn't
know.
he supposed to be well versed in using those things?
Eh, maybe he's new to us. Well, we got there might be a request for some work when we get back into town, so I'll go. I'll take a look at that. Maybe he'll stop by the house. Who knows?
Who? What just happened?
Oh, I used the contact the with the Adventurers Guild.
Adventurers Guild?
Yeah.
yeah, as far as you know, he's all just pulled out a rock and started talking to it like it was a walkie-talkie.
Call me on the cell phone.
Call me on
Tommy.
my shell phone, but it's a rock.
Late night when you need my crabs?
Gross.
It's a boil.
Yeah, too much work.
Yeah. So, what you guys doing?
Um, I say let's go ahead and head out. Let me send a sending to Master Valerian.
Okay.
We are going to be teleporting into your tower, just letting you know so that you don't blow us up with a fireball. I'll be awaiting you to let us down because I'm not going to trigger any of your traps.
This moment. Ah, Caleb. Well, thanks for the heads up this time, but thankfully I happen to be in the workshop. So as long as you come soon, I shall see you presently. So looking forward to it. I'll get something.
I'll relay that and say he's ready for us now if you're ready.
All right. Let's go.
I'm going to use teleportation circle to Master Valerian circle.
Okay. Lovely. Notes there regarding this mysterious Thorian figure. Ideas. Okay, so quick flash as you guys kind of feel the floor let out from underneath you, and then you kind of slowly fall briefly until your feet touch the floor again. And you find yourself in the familiar study of Master Valerian, who in this particular day is sporting this kind of long trained royal blue doublet that's got kind of this like almost kind of quilted fabric quality to it. He kind of glances around, looking at your sudden arrival. Ah, Caleb and friends, welcome. So, interesting things, I suppose.
It's been a day.
We
It's
had
been
a
a week.
relaxing spa day.
We talked to a god.
Does that make 7?
Well,
Yes.
you are quite popular with the divine, it seems.
Uh, so far it's come in handy. We'll see how long that lasts. But yes, we spoke to a deity and she gave us some advice. And we're here to work on that advice. Trying to look for an item.
Well, the life of an adventurer never seems to stop, does it?
Yes, sir. Speaking of which, before we leave out of town, I will have to touch base with you. I have some updates on some tricks that I've learned.
Or you can do it now. We'll just head to the house.
Okay.
Uh, and he kind of is like a drink before you go, kind of gesturing to the open wine bottle that's sitting on his workbench.
With that, Caleb would actually sit down, and whenever the party's ready to leave, they can go ahead and leave, and I'll talk to him a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Yantre goes and sits next to Caleb really quickly, like hastily, and it's just like, okay. He said there was wine. I'm going to partake.
Yeah, Volred
It's-
follows over.
Yeah, it's kind of a really nice like Eladin pink,
Yeah.
like like a rosé kind of thing. Um, just trying to keep it light. It seems since it's still lunchtime, but it's nice, pretty good quality. It's not swill at least,
Yeah.
but and then you guys will depart to the house with the exception of Calum. What exactly did Calum want to update him on?
I would just update him about my boon that I just recently received and the recent conversations with Morgren that I've had to keep him up to date on what's going on with me. And with that, I will actually have to be right back.
Okay. That's fine. The party departs Master Falarion's manor, heading back into the Commons, past the Adventurers Guild, assuming you guys are going straight home, and then return to the familiar site of Sweetnut Manor.
Ooh.
Does it look different since we've last been?
There appear to be a little bit more landscaping in front, like some flowers in pots out front, just to make the place look a little more lived in. But that's pretty much it.
Is our rock circle still there?
Your rock circle is still present.
Yes. All right. Should we prank your sister?
Well, absolutely. What do you have in mind?
She doesn't know we're here. I'm going to assume she is here. So we could just kind of get in the house somehow without her knowing and then scare the hell out of her.
Is it just her?
I hope so. She's not supposed to have anyone over.
Does she know what I look like in this form?
Have you met her? You.
No.
Then no. We barely know what you look like in that form.
Well, I didn't know if Yandre had given her a description or something.
He doesn't describe any of you guys.
No?
No, he just kind of surprises us every time you show up.
Oh, well. So I can simply walk in the house and I don't know. Do you have anything in particular that would be wise for me to do?
If we can get a distraction around the back, you can at least know where she's at, and then you can get in there and just, I don't know, when you do that spirit guardians thingy, that makes like a bunch of little stuff swirl around you, right?
It does.
That can look kind of creepy. Do you know that thermaturgy?
No. I mean, I've seen it before, but how do you say, don't have the things prepared for it.
Okay. And Volred, you can make yourself look like whatever.
Oh, that's true. What should I do?
Yandra, you can still... You teleported yourself and other people before, haven't you?
Yes.
What about... Like, does that change depending on how you look?
It is a little bit different for each one of us, yes.
So could you teleport yourself and Volred inside the house?
I will not be able to teleport Volred at this point.
Hmm.
But I can teleport myself.
How high is our second floor?
I mean, 12, 13 feet, something like
Plenty of
that.
space. I can go around back and make some noise. You could teleport inside the house and start making some noise. And Volred could, I don't know, look like one of those undead things. I don't know.
Ooh, I got it. I take my hat and put it on, and I turn into that fucking shade of Cavail.
Yee. All right.
Oh God.
So, do you want me to go through the window up there and make noise?
I'll go around back to make noise first. That way, if she's up there, she'll have to come downstairs. And then I'm just gonna look this kind of disappear in the back, so it's hard to see me. But you'll hear the noise too.
Ooh, am I just standing out front? What am I
I
doing?
don't know. You gotta find a way
Are
inside the
we?
house.
Oh,
Oh,
I
here's a.
mean,
You have a
I have a
key.
key.
Yeah. You just go through the
Okay,
front door, just quietly.
yeah, y'all make the noise first,
Mm-hmm.
and then hearing her in commotion, I will enter.
All right. I'm gonna crouch down and go around the side of the house to the back.
Okay.
I'm gonna start using minor illusion to create like rustling noises right on the other side of the door of so it sounds like it's coming from inside the back of the house. But
Okay.
I'm gonna put myself in a position where I might be by some bushes or something that are there so I could stay out of sight. So I'm just making noises in the kitchen.
And I'm assuming there's a window on the second floor, correct?
Yep. There's windows kind of all over the second floor.
Great. Can I want to get to the one that's actually my room, so that way
Okay.
I'm familiar with the insides of it, and I'll just teleport to some random spot.
Okay. Go. And just kind of end up on your bed.
And then from there, I'll like stomp my feet and move some stuff around, jostle some of the furniture that's already been jostled in that room a couple of times, and move furniture from in front of the door, since it's probably already there because I probably locked the door.
Fair enough.
Is there any movement inside the house?
There is no movement inside the house.
Volred's just waiting there at the door listening, and I assume after about like 30 seconds, he just goes ahead and opens the door.
Okay. Uh, you go to open the door and find it locked.
So I look around and make sure that like it's Sweet Nut Manor. Did I use my key and you're saying it's locked?
Oh, no, you just didn't say that you were doing your key. So,
Sorry. Yeah, I unlocked the door.
yep, that's just kind of a,
I made that decision.
okay. Yes, because I assume, because if the surprise was that I assumed you were just going to try and, like, not give away the element of surprise by having the key turn over in the lock. But anyway, you unlock the door, open up, and trying to sneak in there as quietly as possible, easy enough to do. You look around. The place does look slightly different. There's a little more furnishings. There's like a nice big kind of red and gray rug that dominates kind of the center of the downstairs. There's a couple like standing candelabras. Looks like the chandelier, its candles have been replaced. Um, and a couple other pieces of like furniture, nothing really spruced up, but it does look more lived in. But the house is quiet, and there are no lights on, from what you can tell.
It's the middle of the day.
Well, I will light a lamp
Okay. I mean, it does a little bit to improve it, the light around here.
I also have dark vision. Uh,
Yep.
um, well, then why does it matter? Anyways, I start searching around.
Okay. Spending a little bit of time looking around Sweet Nut Manor, the house appears to be empty. You do notice in one of the like corner closets, however, you do see what looks like a sword that you don't recognize. And there is also a heavily worn set of scale armor, and the kind of a tabard that actually bears the sigil of the city of Ariella.
That's scary.
The outfit looks very similar to what the guards of the city would wear, at least here in the commons.
She's scamping.
She's getting down and dirty.
Ooh, spooky ghost.
I notice it. I pick up the clothing. What a fucking scamp.
Uh, yes. Quick note though, as you kind of pick up the clothing, there is a slight scent of perfume coming off of it.
Is it a fragrance of any sort of specific perfume that she would have worn previously?
Yes, it smells vaguely of citrus.
Salusa is a guard? Interesting.
That's what the brother would think.
And now Volred just kind of stops and gets lost in deep thought.
I cast message towards, towards the house, like where I guess Volred might be. Volred, do you see anything?
I just thought message back. She's not here. Come on in.
What? I point up to the second floor. Yandere, Volred said there's no one there.
I take the hat off.
Yandere, like mid stomp, is still confused because you realize you've never sent a message to Yandere, so he's never had the opportunity to really understand what's going on. And so you hear in her responses, Izar, how did you get in my head? And is it just me that you're hearing? Or is it the other people that are talking as well? And that cuts off.
I I have many weird things I can do, and yeah, it's just you. I mean, is it? There's no like background noise. Like if you're on a phone, there's just like a lot of people talking in the background.
I would imagine at this point it's just muffled, but you can't make out anything that's actually happening. It doesn't count towards the words in the response, but it's just like you could tell it's like this agitated voice, which you would assume would probably be Reggie at this point.
That is a weird. You know what? There's not good quality in this phone call anyway. I go inside. Oh, door's locked. I go around the front of the house.
Okay.
Andre is coming down the stairs. So she is not here.
It would appear not. I mean, I assume the room I went into was her room. Did you check the rest of the upstairs?
No. I was not told to check the rest of the upstairs.
We probably could have planned this better. But I don't think she's home either way.
It was spur of the moment. Wait, did you get new armor?
No. I found an armor and sword in her room which and what appears to be a guard uniform for the city. My initial thought was she is, let's say, exhibiting some Azal-like qualities.
Scampeding.
Yes.
I've got a lot of
But
questions now.
But as I observe the garment in further detail, I get the scent of citrus, which is a scent that Salusa likes to wear. So my thought could only be that my sister has taken up duties as a guard somewhere in town.
Or she's taken up. You know what? Never mind. Um, she could be simply engrossed with the person who wears the garment, hugging, kissing, maybe. Um,
They could have an entanglement.
Allegedly.
Thank you, Reggie. They could be having an entanglement or being entangled in each other.
What size boot is it?
Yeah, Eric.
Does the
Uh,
garment?
all of the clothing here appears to fit a relatively slim frame. And you can tell he's all based on the amount of extra space that is given to the upper torso. It was made for a woman.
There are two options still. Guard could be a woman. The guard could be your sister. So
So entanglement is still on the table. Well, we should probably clean the table.
I don't want to touch anything in this house right now.
I'm going to go put these items back as where I found them.
I'm gonna run up
Where
to
did
my
you find them?
In her room.
You found the garments in her room.
Yes.
Were they in the closet?
I believe they were just kind of laid hastily about.
And you're sure she's not in the closet?
Oh, that's a good idea. I didn't check. Did I check the closet, Eric?
I don't know. Did you check the closet?
You said the items were in the room, right? Not the closet. I go and
Yeah.
check the closet.
The closet is sparse. There is a single like evening gown plus a few pairs of other clothing. You also find what looks like a morning star and a couple javelins shoved into the back of the closet.
Kinky. Well, I go and I tell them that that's what I found, and until she returns, I am going to stop thinking about possible sexual pursuits of my sister.
Has anything been touched in anyone else's room?
Um, it does look like it, but not as if stuff has been moved. You see that like the laundry has been done, the beds have been made, the place has been swept, the windows have been cleaned. So it is more or less like everything that you had in there is still there. It's very clear that someone has come and cleaned up, or has at least kept the place clean. And in a couple other spots, it does look like there might be like a little small table with a potted plant by the window, kind of thing. Some effort has been made to make the place more homey and to just keep it in the clean order.
Well, she appears to have done a good job with upkeep. I will give her that, as. And this isn't trying to say anything I wouldn't say against myself, but she isn't the best at doing things on her own.
You also left her a lot of money.
But was it really a lot of money? That was not a lot of money. It was
It's
like
the platinum
500
bar.
For
That's not a lot of money.
For stay at home, it's a
five.
lot of money.
Yeah,
Why?
yeah, like for a maid that gets paid like a silver piece or up to 5 silver pieces a day.
Well, we're
Pretty
just
good.
like, why does everyone keep thinking that's a lot of money?
Well, not everyone keeps 600 gold in a lockbox under their bed.
I mean, some people don't keep 600 gold just on their own person.
Well, what's the plans for tonight then? Should we try to find your sister? I mean, if her uniform's here, I mean, she's not working.
She's probably at leisure. If anything, we leave a note if we do leave the house. Are there any, like,
We could toss the house.
my
I think-
Siri just went off in my earbuds really loud. It
I think-
said, here's a website on I want to leave my house by leaving a note. Is there anything to leave a note should we leave?
Yes, the study that you guys had has at least a couple more books in it and some ink and parchment.
But if we toss the house and make it look like it's been ransacked,
Why would we make more work for ourselves?
because I have some notary paper from Volred's family and I can make it look like they're coming for her.
But this is. You are doing a lot to make something unnecessary. It was fun to scare her, but she's not here. Now you're just going to mess up and destroy our own living environment.
That's a good point. All right. Can I hide a letter in her room, though?
No, we had a chance to prank her and it wasn't the time.
Damn.
We'll get her though. And next time we'll be more coordinated.
I wonder if she's at like a local tavern just relaxing.
Well, even if we went to try to find her, we should at least wait until Caleb returns.
All right. Can we try to scare Caleb?
I mean, Caleb didn't stay that long after you guys. So, I mean, Caleb can return anytime he wants.
He just walks through the open front door. It's like, why is the door open? Damn it. Now I can't scare him.
Yeah. I would say I come in probably about 10 seconds after that. Just because.
Man.
Why is the door open?
Volred's sister's is scamping?
What's that?
I don't know.
Why did you say it if you don't know what it means?
They keep saying what it is, and he's saying that's what I was doing, and I'm confused.
I lean over to Yandere and say, both of them are far too smart to not understand context clues.
Yet the amount of intelligence that's in this room right now is seriously lacking.
Well, I think we have the intelligence, it's just sometimes not activated.
I look over at like Caleb and then I look back over to his all.
I think we're being insulted.
Could be worse.
Y'all are a bunch of whores.
Scamps.
What?
Scamp.
You say scamp it? Oh, y'all are just mean.
That went directly over her head.
Don't say anything about her head.
I'm sure she hasn't had any complaints yet.
I'm very... No, I need to drink heavily right now. I'm going to the tavern.
Yandere looks over at Volred. I was like, I mean, depending on who she's talking to, she is the perfect height.
Yandere, sorry. Hearing Yandere say that, Volred tries not to bust out laughing, so like, kind of like a snort
Hey,
chuckle.
Halem just burst out into a coughing fit from laughing, just like I just did.
Y'all are rude.
Is it a lie? I feel like
So you have
storytelling.
had complaints?
I laughed already. I was going downstairs.
Wait, why are you moving so fast?
Wait, downstairs? I thought we were downstairs.
We
I was upstairs.
were. We were on door.
Wait, were we?
I go down the front stairs that go to our door. I'm leaving.
We were talking in the stairwell. Okay.
That explains it.
Like, are you leaving fast, or are you just kind of walking?
I'm like aggressively like running off, like
Oh.
angrily.
Oh, then Yandere is gonna turn to you. And be like, why are you running?
Maybe
Where is she going?
Too
I
scared.
don't know.
Is this the scampeding? The rush to go scamp? She did say she was also going to go get drunk. Should we follow her to a tavern?
Yes. I scribble a note that just
Yeah.
says, "Back in town. Talk to you later."
The boys are back in town.
the boys are back in town. We know.
Okay, so you guys are going to the tavern?
We are
Okay.
going to follow Izal wherever she's going.
Okay. Izal makes her way up to Wyvern Square, past the Daring Dragon tavern, and towards the Undercroft of the Adventurers Guild.
Cool.
So, you guys follow her all the way to the list of high-end shops that exists underneath, to the shop and study of one Godwin Kindwarden. Or wait, or were you going to the actual guild to speak with
Go to
Malthazar?
the guild.
Okay, yes.
Got work to do.
Sorry, the little retcon. Heads up to the Adventurers Guild. After a few minutes, Maldrazath, your dragonborn liaison, kind of heads down kind of a spiral staircase and is kind of making his way over to you, wearing these kind of long, kind of black robes at this particular time. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yes, it is good that you have come to see me. There is some matters regarding your group that need to be discussed. Where is the remainder of your group?
I don't know. I gotten an attitude and I walked off.
Well, then I suppose you will just have to speak to them later.
Mm-hmm.
But this is something that will require a bit of urgency on your group's part.
All right.
Please, follow me. And he kind of takes you back upstairs into some offices.
To the
Um,
office.
To the office. As you make your way up into the offices, kind of opens up. Kind of similar to the one in Abaddon. It's mostly just like two sofas facing each other with a coffee table and a buffet on the other side. And then a bit of a window that looks outside. Well, please, have a seat. And he kind of goes and sits opposite of you. As I said in our exchange, your group has received a direct request through the guild. Normally, this kind of thing would simply be passed along and we could go from there. But in this case, it is an individual who wishes to have a meeting with your group, as he does not wish to share the details with the guild. This is somewhat irregular, except for the fact that the individual is associated with the Lyceum Arcana.
Hmm.
For that reason, from what I understand, the individual is a magus in the more upper echelons. So it is. The impression he gave is that this is not the kind of request your party would be wise to refuse.
I'm assuming that they have some type of time restraint on this meeting.
They did not specify, only that I wanted to speak to you as soon as possible. It was, well, they mentioned your recent success fighting a dragon and were interested in working with you. This does happen sometimes, but to be honest, I get the sense that this is a bit more of a pretense.
Well, if we're going to meet with them, I want to meet in a neutral area. We probably have to coordinate with the guild to have a meeting, probably here. I'm not going to go
Of
into Mage's
course,
Tower.
indeed, that would be wisest, I think. I can say that they are, at least they say they are offering a fairly good bounty, but as I said, they have not shared any specific details regarding what exactly it is they want you to do. But, well, they seemed especially interested, so I would say you have attracted some attention. I cannot yet tell whether it is good or bad reputation, as they say.
Other than the Lyceum, do we know which type of department they're affiliated with? Do we have a name, or they're just going completely anonymous right now?
Well, the individual who contacted me, his name was Valen. I have asked around, and the only thing I have know for certain is that he works in the Star Ruler Enclave, which is one of the reasons why I would say you do not wish to ignore this request for a meeting.
Well, we'll be in town for at least a couple of days, so I would try to set up the meeting as soon as possible then.
Very well. Is there a particular time, a date? Uh,
We prefer it tomorrow. We will get this done as soon as possible so we don't have to worry about it.
of course, of course. If there is a particular time, I will have it set up. Worst case, I can check with him and then give you a time.
Probably around noon. Enough time to wake up, get ready, prepare ourselves.
Very well. I will also ensure that some food is provided during the meeting, as to ensure that the conversation goes well. You see Maldra's is just kind of looking at you, fidgeting just a little bit. You get the sense he's very uneasy. He is not. He's not totally cool with this scenario.
It failed a vibe check.
Well, I'm assuming anyone that high up that wants to have a meeting and the overall feel towards the Lyceum that most of us tend to have, it's understandable. So, well, we'll set up the meeting. If we can get it set up for tomorrow, just notify us through sending. It'll be quicker that way tomorrow. And we'll be here.
Very well. I will let you know. But I will assume that it will be at noon. If there is a change, I will let you know immediately.
All right. Anything else?
Only to say I would ensure that your group knows to be on their best behavior. The Star Ruler Enclave is the home of the Mage's Council, so if there is an affiliation, these are definitely individuals you do not want to anger.
Best behavior then.
Yes. Um, well, I recommend not picking up any jobs until this is settled.
Is this a mandatory request from the guild to take care of this?
Eh, It is not presently being referred to as such, but depending on the job, it is quite possible that the guildmaster may make it so in order to ensure you do not refuse. I hope that is not the case, but
Well, if that's the situation, given how you're feeling about it, assuming we accept this quest, I would prefer it count towards a mandatory quest being accepted, since it probably has that feeling towards it.
of course, that is something we can certainly discuss with the guildmaster. It seems a reasonable request, especially given the nature of it being mandatory, even if it's not mandatory.
Voluntold.
Uh, yes, maybe. Not the phrase I am familiar with.
One from up north. Yeah, we'll meet with them. We'll be on our best behavior. We just got done taking care of some business recently, so we're all relaxed at least.
Very well. Have a wonderful day, and try not to be too anxious. Probably not best to be too anxious. Nice and calm, confident. Yes, you want to give off an air of confidence.
Oh, we have that in spades.
Yes. Well,
I have
he kind of goes to
one
stand
quick
up.
question. Whoa, hold on.
Yes.
You wouldn't happen to know if a new guard has, for the town guard, has like shown up recently? We had someone staying in our home, and they appear to be have possession of some guard uniforms and weaponry that all size to them. So we're just trying to see if they have some an extra job on their hands.
Uh, I do not really know. As far as I'm aware, there are over 400 guardsmen in the capital. That is to say nothing of the military troops. So that number is far too large for us to worry about.
Okay. I was just seeing if a new recruit had somehow popped up and drawn a lot of attention. But well, don't want to take any more of your time. We've got a whole day now to prepare for.
Yes, of course. If there is anything else, please let me know.
Will do. All right. Get up from the couch. Wait for
Okay.
him to get up.
Go to open the door, your entire party falls in. No. But I guess that is a good point. I mean, you follow him all the way up to the Adventurers Guild. He heads upstairs. What are you guys going to do?
Izal heads upstairs.
Yep, with Maltrazah.
I mean, well, I would wait in the common area of the Adventurers Guild until they got back. I wouldn't go and eavesdrop or pry. I just know my intention was just to follow Izal to wherever they are going.
You
Um,
suspected her of scamping. I get it.
I mean, she has a history of scamping, so I just want to make sure, like, if she should scamp too far one time and needs a little bit of help, I would be there to help out. just to be okay.
It's determined that no one is
You
ever
will be
allowed
there.
to have a relationship in this party, or else they will be dubbed off.
No. Like I said, I'm only going to the Adventure Guild. Should you have gone to some individual's house that I do not know about, I would have left, just knowing what house that you were in.
Okay. Um, as you head down to the center reception area, you take a look over at the clerks, but are quickly distracted by the other members of your party who are presently uh, there,
Just hanging out.
waiting, it seems.
Hi.
I
Are you okay?
Yep.
Good. You left in such a hurry. I wanted to make sure you were all right.
Yeah. Yeah, we're good. Got stuff to talk about in private now. Good times.
And that does not sound very comforting.
Eh. You have an appointment tomorrow.
An appointment. We just got done with our last appointment. What do you mean we have a new one?
Been voluntold for an appointment. We'll talk about it in a private area.
all right. I will follow his all.
I want to go to the bar first.
This is not a very private location.
No, I'm not talking about it now. I want to go to the bar first. I wanted to take care of business first, and then bar, and then business. Like a party sandwich.
Ah, great. Drinks all around?
Let's go.
What do you prefer? Do you prefer the liquor, the mead, um, more wine?
I like to start with the mead, then work my way up to the liquor.
Look over it. Whenever we get to the bar, I'll run a order a round of mead, I guess.
The Daring Dragon?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. Yeah, because I mean, it is nicer than the guild facilities. So you head there. Interesting note, place is pretty busy. Kind of over off to the side, sitting at a two-person table alone, you do see Salusa, who appears to be in this kind of faded black outfit and a gray cloak, with the hood back, as and she does have a bow slung across her back and is having a bit of a drink.
I do believe that is your sister.
I look over. Is she with someone?
Nope. She does look tired, though.
Does she notice that we've entered?
Nope.
Is there another set of drinks across from her?
Nope.
I kind of gesture my head over towards the bar, as in, like, let's go over here and order a round of drinks to include her.
Okay.
All right.
Easy enough. You have them delivered to a table. She's at a two-person booth, so do you want to kind of wave her down and have her come over?
No, we're going to tell the bartender that, hey, we got a drink for this lass over here, and we want you to let him know it's from us.
The bartender, kind of a brawny dwarven woman with kind of scars down her face, kind of rusty red hair, looks over and goes, I wouldn't worry about it, darling. She's a bit of a wildfire. Not your type.
No.
They
It's
have a lot
okay.
more in common than you think.
There's no romantic interest, but when you present the drink, I would like you to infer to her that there is.
Are you taking the piss out of her? Is that the issue?
Yeah, this is a joke. That's my sister.
Is this Urga?
Yeah. Urga.
All right. I looked at that. It's like, I know I have her name out here.
Yeah. Yeah. Uh, she's kind of sitting here, looks over. I suppose you do favor quite a bit, especially in the hair and the attitude. honestly. Yeah, I suppose you guys are definitely related. All right, fine. But if I'm going to be going and starting shit in my own tavern, I expect a nice tip. You understand?
Gonna pay you up front. Piece of gold.
Ah, there we go. You know how to treat a lady. And she kind of takes it. All right, I'll bring something over.
I lead to your yonder. It's like he's camping.
Not
You
my
would know.
sister.
Oh, but yes, that is his sister as well. But you would be the expert on scamping, so I would say that this is relatively close to scamping.
What is the point of no return of scamping, like this whole thing? Because I don't think I've done anything wrong.
So you have not been scamping.
I don't like I've gone on like a couple of dates.
Have those dates ended in anything more than just a few drinks and libation?
One time,
So you scam.
I like the person. Like how is that? It's one person on multiple dates.
Was this the first date that you went on that you liked them and then you scammed and
No,
then went to another date with another person?
no, it's the same person on multiple dates.
Oh, you've gone to the same person for multiple dates,
Yes,
but it has been spaced out over time.
yeah, we move around a lot.
Oh, so who is this person?
I don't want to tell you
Why not?
because y'all just assumed I was a whore for the last, I'm guessing, couple of months.
Yes, because you left and you just keep leaving and you come back bright and glowy. Almost as if let's see, it is the afterglow. Have you been checked just in case? Are you,
I can assure you that would not be possible.
ah, wait, is this person,
You know what?
you know what?
Let's not talk about this until the whole Salusa issue is taken care of right now.
Okay, so Erica takes a drink, has some that she brings out to you guys, and then takes another one over. You see Salusa kind of surprised, go up and talk to her a little bit, and she seems somewhat confused, looking like, "What the hell?" And then she just starts looking around, and then sees you, and then you see her just kind of staring off and going, and they have a quick exchange of words, and then Salusa kind of grabs the tankard and starts heading over to your group, and just kind of presents it. Well, I assume it's not poison.
This is a much better funny deception than what we had planned, I assure you.
Hmm. Well, in any case, she goes and just takes like a nice deep swig. The way I feel right now, even if it is poison, I wouldn't care.
I'll drink to that.
It sounds as if she's having some personal problems, similar to your depression. Maybe she needs a spa day as well.
Oh. She kind of looks over to Volred at that point, a little devilish smile. Depression, huh? A little chink in the armor. Everything's not so perfect now, is it, little prince?
Why is it you have to belittle me at any slight sense of. You know what? What do you
You're
look
right,
so
dear
bad?
brother. After all, it has been some time. So, old habits die hard, I suppose.
So, Lusa, quick question.
Yes,
Is your significant other around? I would love to meet her.
significant other.
Yes, the person who is leaving their armor in your room now.
She kind of glances over to Volred and goes, You went into my room and looked through my things.
Sister, to be fair, your things weren't very much I did not deceitfully go through your room. They were just there. We merely checked the house. We were looking for you.
I see. Still, it's rude to enter a woman's room without a permission.
I kind
But
of.
in any
I,
case, the armor is mine.
have you been taking up adventuring?
No, after all, I do have to stay near the house. Mostly I moonlight as a guard, though more recently, due to my particular skill set, I'm doing some more clandestine work for the City Watch.
I didn't know you could complain people to death.
Mhm. No, but the deaths of others are involved.
Wait, she knows how to fight?
Hmm.
Well, we
Allegedly, she's
both.
better than Volred.
I thought she
Oh,
was better at hunting than Volred. But Reggie is saying that she did not put much of a fight up whenever we were fighting that person.
Look,
I just looked to
homegirl
see.
had just been a hag for a few months. Okay.
Yeah, I just kind of look over at Seleucid like, hey, I'm not the bad guy here. I did not say that.
She's yeah, kind of looking, at the group. Yes, well, unfortunately, I needed something to preoccupy myself and figured I could make a little bit of coin while also getting rid of some, shall we say, aggression issues.
Ah, that does run in the family.
So you got the aggression, and I got the depression, is what I'm hearing.
You also have some aggression issues. Maybe she just has a little bit more than you do, and you just happen to have more depression than she does.
When have I ever been aggressive?
Right now,
Oh, I thought that was just persistence.
persistently aggressive. You were also very adamant about us going to the spa because you had missed your opportunity before, and then whenever you got the opportunity to take it again, you made it very clear aggressively that we were to go and do it, or else there would be problems. Anyway, I said that you share a lot of traits together.
Yeah. Solicitor just kind of looks over it. Well, in his defense, there certainly would be problems. God forbid Volred ever gets bags under his eyes. Trust me, the amount of complaining he'll do, a spa day every once in a while is worth it.
She stuck up for you.
I I know it's kind of weird, but appreciated. And she's it's easier to well, let's just say she was correct.
And you just admitted that she was correct. Is the nine hairs coming through? What is happening?
I applaud.
I just agreed that I would have been a terrible person had I not gotten my spa day. Does that not look worse upon me in this case?
To be fair, I am used to you complaining about a lot of stuff.
That
Yandra just slides a cup of mead over towards Volred and just like, "Here, you just take it."
you absolutely need to take a sip. So I take a sip.
Well, as fun as all of this is, unfortunately, you have a bit too much energy for me, as I just got off the night shift. So, I'm going to go home and get some sleep.
I do apologize for assuming that you had made relations with anybody at this point. Um, if you do happen to do so, wish them my best.
Hmm, very well. I'll remember that for next time.
There was times before. See, she does scam.
She just kind of looks over. It's like, kind of like, and excuse me.
I know, like this is ridiculous.
I appreciate that you scamp. Maybe next time you can tell me what your type is. I'm a great wingman.
And she's kind of like looking bewildered. Nope, not sober enough for this. Have a nice day. Turns around and leaves.
See you tomorrow, sister.
See you in a couple
That offer is
hours.
on the table for everyone as well, by the way. You just let me know your type and I will find your, or at least help from a distance.
I imagined him using like a Reggie as like the ghost to the help action. It's like what?
That's
Oh,
when
God.
Celeste becomes the person. Is Celeste's ghost helping everybody trying to get into a relationship?
Reggie is just
That's
like
amazing.
whispering in the ear. All right, now put your arms around her while she's forming that pot.
Primary Lotus.
Yeah, okay, moving on. Anything else you guys wanted to do?
We have more rounds of drinks to get through. We've got mead into wine into hard liquor.
We're getting kind of drunk.
Yep. Okay. In that case, we'll go ahead and head to our break
Intermission.
to get you. I think everyone needs a 15-second nap.
I blinked too long.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, that's just long enough, but like when you're really exhausted, you can just enough to be like, oh my God, oh no, I can't fall asleep.
Caleb
But I
looks
guess
like a
that's not.
shade of Cavale right now. He's like a halo of darkness.
Yeah. I'm okay with this.
He's astral projecting
Okay.
in today, guys.
So, you guys spend the early afternoon boozing it up at the Daring Dragon.
Not too boozy, but just boozy enough.
Uh, yep.
Getting shit faced enough.
Let's see here. Resolve. You notice a couple tables over, there is someone who catches your attention. A woman of striking presence, human and lithe, yet athletic. Um, and she carries what looks like a great sword on her back, a long sword, and a short sword at her side, and a bit of light armor, while the hair is kind of tied back in like a practical bun. Um, you also notice that she has intricate tattoos that adorn her neck and arms, um, and seems to be in the process of showing up a dwarven gentleman in an arm wrestling contest.
Sucks to be him. Should have chose better.
Hmm. So, anything else you guys want to do?
I'm gonna I want to go over to that table.
Oh, and after you left a note and everything,
Nah. I have a plan. It's
you have
all
a
a
plan.
plan.
Okay. You arrive just in time to see the woman unseat the dwarf and spill him out onto the ground, vacating the seat opposite. A lot of there are some cajoling, some loud cheering. You hear and see some money exchanging hands in some of the nearby tables.
Well, congratulations! Woo! Only louder than that. It's a slight cheer.
Hmm. She just kind of looks you over a little bit. Yeah,
You're not tired, are
and
you?
use the drink. Tired? Fuck no. It's only lunch.
All right. I want to sit across from her.
Mm. And as she's doing that, she's like taking another sip. Her eyes kind of come up and are looking at you over the tankard, and then kind of slowly bring the tankard down. Oh, I see. Here to leave a good impression of your kinfolk, huh?
Oh no, that guy's an idiot.
Hmm.
Just get kind of bored, and they don't let me fight nearly as much. So I figured a little bit of a arm tussle is not much of an issue. How about I win? I just get to kind of say, "Cool, I win." You win. How about you win? I point at the table closest to us that looked like she might be affiliated with it. Like by all of you around.
She kind of looks on and goes, well, might as well pass the time. But you really think you're going to be better than him?
I just don't know, think he knows what he's doing.
Kind of looks over a little bit. Yeah, his muscles are a little more rounded over than yours.
This means that's a lot of water weight on him.
All right, then. Let's see what you got, little one. And kind of puts her hand there.
Never mind, none.
Okay.
All right. No lifting the other person off the table. That's cheating.
Kind of laughs a little bit. Well, in that case, if it's obvious you're going to lose, you might as well give up.
Nope.
That way, fine. All right. We can go whenever you're ready.
On three. 1, 2, 3.
All right. Go ahead and roll me athletics.
Yeah. It's a natural 20 for 27.
Holy crap. I got a natural 20 for a 26.
It's
So
all
there's
about
that
the
brief
numbers.
moment where all of a sudden the force kind of kicks in. You guys kind of hear it even from a couple tables away as some of the boards underneath their elbows kind of creak, and you actually see the table visibly flex under the weight. And you hear like this, like, as the wood starts to splinter a little bit. But he's all just kind of barely nudges ahead. Uh, the woman kind of glances up and goes, "Not bad.
See, you're not holding back.
No, why would I ever?"
Well,
All right.
keep at it
And then
then.
you see her kind of lean into it a little bit more.
Mm-mm.
What you got? What you got?
15.
15? Okay. She got 13. Slowly but surely, your lead continues. And at this point, you've basically got her like halfway to the end. At this point in time, the smile disappears from her face a little bit. And she's kind of looking. It's like, okay, all right, okay. Yeah, like, it's dawning on her that she could legitimately lose this fight.
This is alls might not be great at anything, but we're real stubborn.
Yep. And then you see her eyebrows kind of furrow a little bit more, and you see her kind of flex a little bit, put a little bit more of her body into it.
Got 21.
I got an 18. So with that, it starts slow and then very quickly. And with that, part of the end of the table does actually split.
Hmm.
Um, and with that, everyone just kind of goes, "Oh."
Ah,
The
see?
woman kind of picks up her hand, shakes it off a little bit.
Told you.
You're good.
He didn't know what he was doing.
Apparently not.
I get some bragging
Ah,
rights, but I'll buy you all around anyway because gotta do something fun today.
well, it appears I'm losing my edge. Maybe it's time to retire.
Nah, you got plenty to take out probably half the people in the bar, so probably win more coin if you. I mean, they just saw you lose. They're probably thinking, "Oh, I can finally take her," and then now's a chance.
Aye, but still, it's a lot of fun.
Hold my
And
hand. I'm Izal Zella.
kind of reaches out. Elowen Dustblade. Dame Elowen.
Ooh, nice to meet you. My group's over there, and I point over at them. With the Silver Knights of the Mythal, we got a local house here. Just like coming by here and seeing what it's all like.
Yeah. Well, as for me, I'm just making my way around. Bit of a knight errant, a bit of adventuring on the side, but mostly I'm just looking to take part in something that's a slightly different pace.
All right, I'm gonna go buy you a drink. Bye. I go.
Bye. Okay.
Hey, Erga. Wave her. Like,
Or just kind of looking down over at you.
I need to buy them all a drink.
Just, you lost, huh?
No, I won. I just too nice.
Kind of goes, I don't really care so long as I get paid for it.
I'm gonna drop 20 silver.
Okay. With that, kind of comes in. He stacks it up with a couple pitchers of various alcohols. Kind of makes it over to the table. Kind of sets it down a little bit.
I won, guys. Check it out. I'm a winner.
Congratulations.
What'd you win?
Respect.
Where can you turn that in?
If you know some Fae, I'm pretty sure they'll probably buy some of it.
Just looks over at Yandere.
It's one of those non-monetary things. See that? We cracked the table.
I saw that. Very nice.
My elbow hurts. I want to go. I want to go back home.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Good talk.
So, a whole bunch of hop skipping and jumping, some boozing, and you guys return in the kind of middle afternoon to Sweet Nut Manor. Uh, the day is still yours, or if there's anything in particular that you want to do prior to your meeting the following day.
First, I have to tell everyone about the meeting.
Hmm.
Shall we have this meeting on the stairs or in the main living room?
Main living room.
All right.
Which is
So
adjacent to the stairs.
I will stand on the bottom stairwell so I can see the whole living room. Because I'm short. Well, I had a meeting with Madrazath. There's apparently a Magus who works with the Lyceum who's requesting us specifically. May have told a lie about being impressed about us killing a dragon. Apparently, he's with the Star Ruler Enclave. Caleb, any idea? Apparently a big deal.
How much would Caleb know about that?
They said his name was Valen.
You would know quite a bit based on your notes that I sent you forever ago. The Star Ruler Enclave is the name of the actual inner sanctum. It's the name of the place where the Mages Council uh, resides and does government. It's basically like the Capitol building or the Crown Castle.
So yeah, I would give that basic information that I knew off the top of my head.
Oh. So I guess it is a big deal.
Just a bit.
Didn't get any information about what the quest might be, but we have a meeting with them around noon tomorrow at the Adventurers Guild.
Yeah. An interesting note, Caleb. Um, as much as you know, uh, you cannot name a single member of the Mages Council. They're that secretive.
I would point that out. Um, I know of them, but I know nothing about who they are or any individual besides the person that's talking to us now.
Don't you live with, like, archwizards and teachers and stuff?
Yes, but this organization is very, very secretive. And they are very good at it.
Well, we are told that the mission that they're going to want us to do, it's not technically mandatory, but it might escalate into a mandatory mission for it, so go into it with that notification. If we accept it without it being mandatory, it will look possibly better on our end. But I did say I would want it to be counted as a mandatory one so we can meet that quota. So they can't get us with another one of these dang things this month.
All right. That's good to know.
But Madrasath seemed pretty uncomfortable about it, so I'm guessing he's not used to dealing with them either.
I wonder what's going on.
He said for us to be on our best behavior. So, standard procedure.
That's fair.
Kelmac, I would suggest you put away the sword so that a member of the Lyceum does not know you are in possession of it.
Come on, man. I just got it.
Right, and we already told you it's kind of a hush hush thing.
Okay. Fine.
I can put it in one of the bags so like no one can sense that there's a powerful magic relic nearby.
That's probably a good idea.
Okay. I guess I'll just wear scale render.
Well, you can hold on to it for now, but when we go there, we should put away what we need to put away.
Put it away, put it away, put it away.
That goes with anything else that might be an issue, like any cursed items we have out in the open, any stolen
We don't
artifacts.
have any cursed items, do we?
No, definitely don't.
Exactly.
Great. So we're all ready. I'm still a little buzzed. We can go by Godwin's and see if we can ask him to look into that individual.
Sure.
Is Salusi here? Salusa!
Oh.
Why are you bugging her?
I'm just making sure she's here. That way she made it home all right.
She's a guard. Do you not think my sister could adequately get herself home?
I have a low standard of guards.
Did you say that loudly enough for her to hear? Because that would be kind of nice.
I say it in a regular voice. Like, I'm not shouting that, but I'm saying that. Ooh, guard. I was intimidated by the 8 guards your father had on him at all times.
That was a light bunch, to say the least.
They dropped like a sack of hammers is what they did.
Yeah.
Well, who wants to go to Godwin's? Can bring like something to drink on the way. Keep this buzz going.
Let's do it.
Woo!
Yandere, were you trying to say something? Oh, just pointing. Okay.
All right.
No good. So, you return home, remain for a few minutes, and then turn around to go back where you came from.
Yeah.
Going right past the Daring Dragon, into the subterranean levels beneath the Adventurers Guild, and finally to the shop slash study of Godwin Kindwolf. As you enter, there's a bit of kind of a mist or a haze hanging above that has this kind of shimmering quality, kind of like starlight, and just kind of partially obscured by the haze. There's the skeletal form of one large draconic entity you assume to be like a wyvern, perhaps, just kind of floating up, hanging from the ceiling. Up from around a corner, the kind of silver-haired Kalishtar Godwin appears, wearing this kind of long black and gold robe. Kind of looks over. Ah, Lady Izal, you've returned.
Hi.
With your friends.
Yeah. Have you met Vorad before in Kelmac?
Uh, yes, briefly. They came with your other elven friend, who seems to have updated his look a little
This
bit.
is Celeste, correct? Got the name right. Didn't have to look at my notes either. I'm happy.
Well, it's good to see you again. It's actually quite interesting. I was interested in talking to your group, eh, as there might be something I would like to hire you for, job-wise.
Well, you're a good local friend, so anything you have, we glad to hear about it. I have a question though. What's with the purple starlight, haze stuff, and the draconic thingy?
Oh, it's, well, it's something that I learned from a customer that came through. A cleric who worships a rather bizarre deity I've not heard. I thought it was quite interesting. He used the knowledge as payment for some information I gave him.
Mm, cool, right?
Hmm.
What's the name of the god? Can we? We meet all kinds of
Uh,
gods lately.
Volkium. Apparently, it's some draconic deity of the Dreamlands. I, of course, being Kalashtar, was quite interested, as it's not something I had heard of before. So,
He's
and
a.
I do like collecting information about my homeland.
Ooh, I know stuff. I know something about him.
Is that so?
Yeah, he's a duality uh, deity. He was the night version of the day version of another deity that they kind of balanced together.
Hmm, interesting. I suppose I'll have to do some more research on this deity.
If I ever get my spare book, and I could probably let you look over it. It's got a whole bunch of stuff in there about it. But I gave it to a ghost, so I haven't got my spare yet.
I see. Well, I would be quite interested. After all, it is unusual information. But then again, I believe he did say he came from the area of Oros, which, from what I understand, is near your ancestral home.
Yeah.
So I suppose it would make sense you know a bit about it.
Oh, anyway, we're looking to request something from you about information. I know normally we
Mm,
kind of just see what you have to buy, but you're a researcher, so a sage, so why not?
of course. That is of my primary business, after all. What is it I can do for you? As he kind of set some books he was holding down.
Uh, Kaelin, we were in Avedon. That was the city we were in, right?
That is correct.
Oh, good. I remembered another name. Yay. While we were there, we were talking to some people, and an item that we're looking for might be in the possession of this individual. So we're wondering if you might have any information about it, since I know you know some people that are in that city that are kind of on the down low. The let's see, looking for his guy's name. Uh, Thorian Darkwood.
Kind of sits for a moment. I do know of Thorian. Yes, I've not done business with him personally. He is an antiquities dealer who specializes in religious artifacts.
Yes, we're interested in one of the artifacts that he apparently has in his possession, but it isn't known to other people. We understand the storefront he uses is the Ecclesian treasures. We're just trying to see
Yes.
what information you might be able to gather or know about. Like, there are certain specific things he's interested in. What type of circles does he deal with? How might one go about getting into his good graces to lower his
Hmm.
guard?
Well, many of those questions I might have to reach out to some friends of mine to get answers to. From what I understand, he only works by referral. And the shop you mentioned, the Ecclesian Treasures, is really more, I believe the polite way of saying it is a front.
I figured.
His reputation is that of some underworld connections. Um, Though I can't say entirely what of that might be truth and what of it might be prejudice.
Mm. Well, can we hire you to get information?
Yes, of course. Um, what specifically would you like me to get answers for you for?
I, I look around like, all right, what do we need to know? Anyone have any ideas?
Okay, so you need more information about him specifically. You also mentioned a way to perhaps
We need something he
invest him for
has.
business.
We need an item he has. So, any information about infiltration of his, I don't know, shop? I mean, you wouldn't hide your most valuable objects in just the storefront. You'd hide it somewhere else. We need to know where this item is. Like, where does he keep his personal stuff? His close guarded treasure?
Well, I can certainly ask, though I must say that I may well be limited with what I can share with you, as if there is, unless there is some warrant, that is. I have to be careful that I don't give you anything that you might use to create very illegal acts with.
So we'd have to find a way to have you not be associated. Of
Well,
course.
more so, it's not as if I will agree to be your mastermind.
Mm-hmm.
I will give you whatever information I can find, with the understanding that your primary purpose is to engage him in a business venture.
That might be the best way to go about it then. Let's try to do this on the up and up.
Of course.
Is there any particular dealings that he is more fond of?
Well, as I said, he deals primarily in religious artifacts. He is specifically interested in protection deities, light deities, and is, above all things, interested in actual artifacts that are said to be blessed by gods. From what I understand, from what I understand, he has a certain prejudice himself against the gods. Uh, Perhaps that has to do with his infernal heritage. Not that I wish to cast aspersions upon him, but he does have a reputation for not being very kind with those of faith. And there have even been rumors that he has done some dealings with dark cults. So, in that regard, gods only know what he might have in his collection.
I mean, we literally know that because that's how we got across some of this information. Hmm.
Yeah.
Well, understood. But, yes, it's a dangerous venture.
Well, we live for danger and all those things. I wonder what, other than him like being of infernal heritage, what might have been the issue? So now I'm more curious about him. Like, what's his whole motivation? Anyway, you also had something you wanted to request of us?
Yes, it's more not that you are, of course, free to decline. It's just I have been working on a bit of a side project for a while now, and there is an object I seem to require for my work. And, well, it exists in a place that's not the easiest to get to, but given one of your party members, Celeste, um, it would potentially be a much easier thing for your group to take care of. So, when I learned more about the object in question, you were the first that I thought of.
Huh? What will you ask of us?
Well, I am in the process of um, creating something that amplifies magic, something akin to a wish, I suppose you could say. For that, I am in need of a fallen star. My research tells me that the one in particular that I might want is one recovered from the Sea of Fallen Stars, which lies within the Feywild. From my understanding, the easiest way to reach that particular section of the ocean is through the western territories of the Autumn Realm. When your compatriot, Celeste, mentioned on a previous visit that he was an Eladrin of that realm, well, I suppose that would make this job much easier for your group.
I do want to point out that it was not me that specifically said that I was an Eladrin. But you want us to visit back into the Feywild.
Yes, I need a fallen star. It said it's particularly one that has the ability to contain wish magic. I could craft such an object into an item that might be able to grant wishes, or at least even a single wish. I understand that they are quite valuable, even within the Feywild, but the Sea of Fallen Stars, from my research, is a vast ocean that connects really all of the Fey realms. But specifically, the area that is the easiest to retrieve these stars from is connected to the Autumn realm. So that is why I think it is the best shot.
Uh, I don't believe that I am at liberty to accept this quest right now. Is there any opportunity for me to come back, say tomorrow, and have a more detailed discussion with you?
No, that's absolutely fine. And I, of course, will make every effort to get you there and back. I am aware that here in about 2 weeks' time, there is a rather rare astral convergence occurring, a sort of time where the penumbra, uh, the dilution or dilation between the realms is synced more so than usual. So, therefore, any potential time dilations can be kept to a minimal.
And Celeste will look around to the group and just say, um, I apologize for any hesitation, but that is a decision that would be best left to Yandre specifically.
Um, yeah, we wouldn't make a decision without your full cooperation with it. It is something that ties into you specifically. And we have a meeting tomorrow that we can't agree to anything now because if we go piss off an archmage or something, who knows? But we do have a timetable now of 2 weeks, so we can kind of plan some stuff
Yeah.
out.
Indeed.
Very true.
Yes, and if there is anything else you need, I understand that you have a meeting tomorrow, so I suppose I shall look forward to seeing you tomorrow afternoon.
Oh yeah, we'll make our way over here after our meeting.
Of course. I shall look forward to it, and we can have more discussions then, including perhaps discussing price. Though I understand any discussion of price will be a floating sum, as well, no one truly knows what you'll encounter when you head into the Autumn Realm.
Yeah.
Mm. Oh, okay. This is fun. Do you have anything? Is this your cool thing you've been doing? Is this just an illusion, or is this a specific spell that you have up here?
Oh, yes, well, the spell theoretically is supposed to conjure a portion of the dream world so that visions become more common when one dreams. In truth, it's not as if it really matters, as we Kalashtar do not dream. But still, it would be nice, as divination is one of my skills, and I was curious if the spell could work as well in that regard.
Well, we will see you tomorrow with a more concise answer for tomorrow. How have you been, other than, work?
Oh, pretty good. And obviously, now that we're in spring, monster contracts and such for the guild are ramping up a bit, and as the seas warm, we are, well, more business to be had by the guild. And so, especially recently, I've had a number of adventuring parties such as yourself come to gather some information. So, business has been good.
Glad to know. Just remember, we're your favorite.
Well, you have certainly done a lot of really good business. And you pay in coin more often than not, which is certainly good.
Ooh, you want to see something cool?
Please.
I pull out with fabric the cursed arrow that Shotbull read earlier in the campaign.
Uh,
Zal,
Godwin kind of glances at it. Oh dear, this is quite an accursed object.
you could have warned me before pulling that out.
I mean, I mentioned earlier stuff about cursed items, and then, yeah, that's about the only warning you got that we still had this.
Yeah, but like trigger warning.
Ah, yeah. So, sorry. Well, I thought you'd gotten better, but my bad. This was from a shade of Cavail.
I see.
Mm. I know I told
Wow.
you about him, but this is the actual thing.
Yes, I recall you telling me that you had gotten mixed up. Hopefully that business is concluded.
Oh, well, as much as it can be concluded. I mean, those guys are persistent.
Hopefully is a very soft word for the way I feel about that.
Well, it is certainly an interesting artifact. Were you simply hoping to show it off, or were you looking to have it studied or parted with?
I've been carrying it around with me, so I just wanted to show you. But we still have some cool stuff. But I don't know what we're doing with it, and I can't give it to you without permission, I think. So I just want to show it to you.
Oh, well, of course, I understand.
I put it away back in the haversack.
Put it away, put it away, put it away now.
All right. I think we're all good here.
Okie dokie.
We'll go get ready for our meeting tomorrow. Let's go.
Have a wonderful day.
You too. Stay safe. Anyone tries to pull one over on you, let us know and we'll take care of them.
Yes, I will, but be careful. You don't want to do anything that will get your guild status revoked.
Wait, there's other locations you can get guild stuff. Bye, Godwin.
Bye.
Bye.
Go back up the
Okay.
stairs. I like him.
As we leave that area, you will see that Celeste or Autumn Yandre doesn't necessarily have like the jovial look on his face that he normally does. It's a little bit more like confusion and mild concern.
As we leave out the under hall area. You okay, Andre? Or Celeste?
That is, I feel that if I were to report back this deal or possibility of a job to Yandre, there would be grave hmm, conflict. I know before I made my contract with Yandre, he was very particular about not necessarily going back to the Feywild. Um, but things have changed significantly since he was by himself. Maybe there is an opportunity for him there. Uh, I will. I will need to rest and let Yandre um, make this decision for himself.
It's completely fair.
Yeah.
Correct me or update me. Does Yandre and everyone else see what you see, or is it just like information has to get daisy chains down to it?
It is difficult. The only one who can see, I guess you could say, that shares this site is Reggie. He's able to go back and forth between what we call our seasons and communicate some information, but he has to be paying attention. Doesn't necessarily mean that he is communicating all information back to Andre.
But if you don't want to tell anything about it, you want to let us tell Yandre tomorrow, then we'll talk to him and
I think you may have misunderstood. I feel great importance to tell him that he needs to be prepared for something, but I can't do it. Um, but it will be at least communicated that a conversation of the Feywild will be brought up when he returns to the front.
all right. Well, we'll just look forward to that then.
Is there any way I can enjoy one more beverage before we decide to rest? It have a feeling it is going to be a difficult conversation tomorrow.
We can stop at the Daring Dragons right over here. It's on the way. Everything's on the way. That's why I love where we live.
I'll take
Yeah.
2 drinks.
Yeah, because when you leave Sweet Nut Manor, you pass the Daring Dragon, then the market, then the Adventurers Guild, and then obviously on the way back you pass the market, the Daring Dragon, and then you reach your house.
We really lucked out on this location.
I bet the taxes are going to eat our ass.
Well, not really, because where you guys are at is an Ashgaran enclave.
Ooh.
So that's why, like, and of course, as someone who's visited Ashgar would know, like the architecture here is not Athorian; it's Ashgaran, and most of the people who are your neighbors are from Ashgar. They even have a small like chapel to Tyros in this neighborhood.
We have not met our neighbors yet. I know what we're doing tomorrow evening.
Yeah.
We're gonna introduce a bunch of new NPCs, guys.
Fuck you! Fuck
Jesus.
you!
Start rolling them now, buddy. I need to know.
Okay,
Married
but
couple.
for
how
real
many
though,
kids?
if you're going to do that, then let me know, because that is
You just
definitely the
did.
kind of thing that I would.
This is your.
But I
window.
don't know whether or not that's just like Alex is a joke, and he's gonna like not pull a Kelder, or if he's gonna let the Zella blood go.
Who knows?
God, I fucking hate you.
You just said we had neighbors, so that's on you, dude.
How have you lived in this place this long, like almost 3 months now, and not know you had neighbors?
To be fair, how long have we like been in the location in that 3 months?
You never told us.
Maybe
I need to
a
know
month.
that we have neighbors. You have confirmed neighbors. In the chat, they're saying, "Let's go NPC." So we gotta get some neighbors going. I need to know their
Who
occupation.
said that?
It's one of our,
Who
our
said that?
one of our new followers, Clone RVN or Revan.
God, oh,
So now you
God.
gotta start generating
Yeah,
that
that
stuff.
because that person doesn't know. He doesn't know that you will literally want me to spend an hour going up and down the street talking to everybody.
We have.
Absolutely.
Do we have like behind the house neighbors too? Like we share a back fence.
It's like an entire neighborhood, like a subdivision.
Oh man.
There is, you would guess this little neighborhood probably has a couple hundred people living in it.
You gotta start generating a couple hundred NPCs then. Let's go.
Oh my God.
Just prepare a whole section
You
because
could've-
you're about to get.
You could have said
So
12.
all right, so let me put this on the list. Star,
Right below the
Triple
sword that
underline.
will never show up.
design the entire Ashgaran enclave.
But until then,
One underline, triple underline, or double underline, triple underline. And maybe I'll highlight it for good measure. But sorry, Kelmac, looks like you're not going to get your sword next week either.
Sword NPC
Because
neighbors
I now have a list, and it has one item on it.
should have two.
As many items.
There's at least
Well,
200.
this is a big one, so let's get through this one first.
I want to meet the kids.
Oh,
I want to
Lord.
meet their aunties. I want to meet their uncles, where they came from.
Yeah, and you know what? Maybe you'll go through, because there are businesses here too, so you might find like a business that you really.
Retiring,
Oh,
guys.
Lord.
Keep digging yourself a hole there, bud.
Don't go to that shop.
It's
That
okay.
shop
It's
sucks.
okay. I'm good. I'm good. I'm a dungeon master. I've been doing this for like 18 years. I can generate. This is basically just a village, right? I can generate an entire village in 1 week.
Let's get to
Of
that
course I can.
tavern. Let's get to that tavern though.
Yeah, we head back
Yeah.
to the Daring
And we
Dragon.
also need to have, yeah.
That last drink.
Yep. Okay. But yep, you arrive as you kind of come in. Urga kind of gives you a little side glance, and it's like, okay, all right.
Are we not to be present? Did we do something wrong? No?
No, it's just weird that we came back after we already left.
So Celeste will just kind of like wave at the barkeep again and just be like, just one more round.
Nah, she's kind of looking. She's kind of feeling and stuff. Kind of sees you. Goes, and then just kind of gestures out somewhere, like, have a seat.
And so Celeste will go and sit at a table and just kind of like perch his head there.
Kind couple minutes, Urgo comes by, starts setting out some ales, kind of leaves a half pitcher there. Anything else?
Don't believe so. Here is a gold piece for you.
Thanks, hon. If you do require anything, just let me know. Kind of Han's back. You hear like as she's kind of walking away, there's like a conversation that happens where like these two gentlemen start yelling obscenities back at each other. Urga just kind of shifts the the platter like to the other hand and just backhands one dude over the top of the head. He goes, "You keep that filthy mouth out of here!" And they start arguing. And goes, "I know your wife. If you keep this up, I'll fucking tell her next time she comes in. I'll do it. I'll fucking do it." And then everything just kind of calms down a little bit. Yeah, fucking scampers.
God, I hate you guys.
Uh,
What did we do?
Sit down. Sit.
All right.
I know that a lot of you have questions for Andre specifically, but um, though he is an open book, it is difficult to get straight answers from him. Um, as someone who's been with him somewhat of a long time, I feel it is important for you to know that he is not openly accepted in the Feywild.
Well, why?
He is, I guess you could say, wanted in the Autumn Courts.
what happened to cause him to be wanted?
And he does not fall in line with some of the more um, recent religious tenets that have befallen the Autumn Court. The leadership there is complicated.
Gotcha.
This is exactly why we shouldn't have organized religion. Just saying.
You would fall probably relatively close to the new leadership in the Autumn Court. I've heard you tend to burn religious buildings to the ground.
Well, maybe once or twice, but I guess with the gods we've met recently, I can see I can see why they are cherished and worshipped.
This one is not necessarily cherished, more just strong-willed and took advantage of a situation that is beneficial to them. If you are to journey into the Feywild, um, please just make sure you keep an eye on Yandere.
Will do.
Admittedly, it's important for him to still have a body. uh, we have a deal to meet, and I would be lost if I did not have him.
Are you okay?
It is concerning. I know that this is going to be a difficult situation for him to go through. As someone who is more adept in happiness and joy, it hurts me a little bit for him to suffer. Um, and I do think this is going to cause him a great deal of stress.
Well, the bright side here is we didn't technically agree to anything yet.
Correct. But the problem is, it seems as if, from what I'm told, uh, a lot of things are starting to pop up that are taking him back in some way of a short manner. The deal with the Autumn Court that was made, um, and now this job opportunity, it doesn't seem as if there's going to be a lot of opportunity for him to avoid interactions. But I, as I said, I would just like to at least enjoy one more drink, anybody, before he comes in and has this conversation.
Okay. Around this time, a familiar young woman, the server, kind of rushes kind of past you guys. You see her quickly kind of refill some drinks. You see her slide in kind of a small glass in front of you, Volred, with a very familiar spirit. And then she kind of sets down like some food, looks like a bit of bowls of stew, some bread, roasted vegetables, boar meat, that kind of thing. And then kind of takes some of your old cups and wipes the place down with it. Anything else for you?
I sniff the glass and ask, "Ooh, what is this?"
Uh, it's your favorite cognac. You have it just about every time you come in.
This smells delightful, thank you.
It should. It's from Urga's top shelf.
Ooh.
Well, if nothing else, I'll continue on. Just flag me down if you need anything.
Thank you.
And she kind of speeds off, and you see her kind of flitting, almost kind of like a hummingbird, just kind of shooting between tables and kind of quickly handling front of house. Also, kind of taking a quick look, it's like she is the only bartender, or not bartender, only server on staff at this particular time, but seems to be handling fairly well.
I didn't know that they recognized us.
It appears that you are regulars. Or at least you are. He looks over at Ford.
I did not realize I was a regular. We seem to have been getting a lot more notoriety recently.
I also drop a lot more coin than most people probably would.
And this is the only place within walking distance of your house that sells cognac.
Drunk Volreds come here a lot.
Yeah, Volra does not remember.
I don't
It's
recall
just-
him ever refilling his flask of cognac. It just somehow has more. This is why. This just keeps coming
Yeah.
here.
Volred just stampers in, like, and they just pour him cognac.
Like, how much money do you have? That's not important. The important thing is I'm happy.
You know he wouldn't answer it like that. He would just.
This
If you asked
much.
Volred how much money he had, he would probably just pull out a decent amount.
At least this much. Alright, we have our final drink. I'd like to not go in a meeting without a hangover. So
I could fix that for you.
yeah, I like the natural way. Just not getting shit faced. To Celeste, it's a pleasure having you around for a little while. Can't wait to see you again.
Hopefully sooner next time.
Vored, for the lovely spa day you insisted upon. To Caleb, for not teleporting us and letting me see another fine goddess again. And to Kelman,
You're
just sticking around.
barely.
Oh my god, the shit of Cavale just appeared out of nowhere.
And drink.
But you had a question?
Who?
Oh, I thought Caleb said he had a question. I was curious if that was OOC or...
No, I just said whatever he said. Callback sticking around. I said barely.
Oh, okay. Okay. Sorry, I thought you had a question.
Izon.
Yeah.
You still haven't quite told me what your type is.
I don't need any help. I'm good.
Oh no! Again, I'm not normally around to help anyway. But I'm just curious. What is your type?
I don't know. Strong?
Strength is the only
I mean,
preposition for it.
I don't know. It has to have something of substance about them that is impressive.
Like a physical attribute, or like wealth, or like what do you
I
mean by
know it's
that?
not money. I don't know.
So like large arms, very tall.
I guess it had to be like tall, strong, although the half orc wasn't very tall. Just go strong. Because, like, even then, hot is hot. I don't know how to describe it.
Is the half orc the one that you went on a date with?
I feel like you're prying for information here.
No, and listen, I will only be here for another couple of hours. I just want to get to know you.
No, technically, I guess we did have dinner at his house. But I don't know if I would count that as a date. It was strictly business. He was shirtless for at least half of it, though.
And I would assume that was very enjoyable for you.
I just picked up who you were talking about.
Like, I mean, I stuck around for a reason.
Yeah, because I was just sitting there going, I don't recall seeing any of this in the backstory.
Like, which NPC is this? Oh, it's the orc from the one place.
I remember the sheriff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you remember his name?
No, but I remembered he was hot as fuck.
Let me bust out my information here. I have it.
Start with a T.
It does start with a T.
I have to scroll up.
Thor.
Mm-hmm.
I'd scroll all the way up to that city that we were in. Oh, that ain't it.
Well, check us out on Jason with
It's
Jace.
it's animalistic in nature.
So Jason with a Jace, where we play with the DM. Which NPCs have you made up on the fly and who actually have notable names?
Even if I didn't make them up on the fly, there's so many of them and their names are so unpronounceable that... Who knows?
Pronounceable? No. Spellable? That's a whole different thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, just do everything phonetically.
That's what I do. That's why it's never spelled right.
Well, I do that, and every single time I spelled it different.
Yep.
Only makes it really hard if you want to, like, highlight and then Control F to find other instances.
I know. I'm not saying it was like a good plan.
Well, I will commit to doing another one of those location people session debriefs again this week. That way you guys have proper nouns.
No, we're not doing it this week. We'll do it in 3 sessions that we need to have that, because we need to prioritize that sword that you keep putting off. So we'll do
What
that
sword? I don't see that on my list.
We'll do that later.
sure it's on there.
All right, fine. I'll add it on the list. You happy now?
No, not until I actually see it built.
But it only gets one underline. It doesn't get three.
Can we bold it?
And italicize it.
No, but only because I am physically writing it down, and I already started writing. So
Talon Shadowkeeper.
yeah, Talon.
Talon. Oh, I pronounce it differently. I pronounce it incorrectly is the proper way of saying that.
Well,
Yeah. Talon.
the next time I see someone brooding and strong or with some sort of presence, I will make sure to keep an eye out for you.
I don't have to be brooding.
You didn't really give me a lot of
I
description.
don't need help. That's what I'm saying. I'm good.
This is a token of friendship. It's not anything
It
crazy.
sounds like you're trying to hook me up with strangers.
I don't need to hook you up with strangers. You scamp on your own.
It's not scamping. Just happen to be in certain places. And
At certain time.
yeah, we met a literal goddess of the hunt, and she was hot as crazy hot. Like, I'm not scamping around. She literally showed up. And no, I did not go on a date with her. Just mark that off your list.
If that makes you feel better about it, then sure.
Is that a southern thing? Because Urga also said scamp around, and I've never heard that up north.
It might be regional.
Kind of weird.
Or maybe it's just not a sheltered life upbringing.
I was
thing.
kind of shocked. I thought I was rude up there. Apparently, I wasn't. If I'm not haven't heard scamping.
Yeah, you're fairly certain if you had walked around, uh, definitely Vorhagen, or Vrongard, but probably Mjolnir too, using words like scamping. You probably would have got backhanded in a stern talking to from your elders.
Okay, well, it is time to rest, I'm sure. Um, I will get you all around.
I guess we go with you, and we live all in the same place.
I get that, but once I'm in bed, I probably won't see you again. For a while.
I get off the bar stool. I open arms up. I want a hug.
Surely. And Celeste gets up, stands and goes and like picks his all up and gives her like a real deep hug.
I don't like getting picked up.
Apologies.
I got a thing with gravity.
It hurts my back if I have to lean down.
I will find a way of getting a stool and just be that height next time.
Understood. Right, shall we go?
Yeah.
Okay. So you return to Sweet Nut Manor, and any last minute things you guys want to do before attempting a long rest?
Are we in immediate danger of dying?
No.
Is Salusa in the house?
Yes. At this point in time, as you guys kind of get back, she's in the process of, like getting ready to go back to work. You figure she has a like a lighter set of leather that looks well used and has that gray cloak. She almost would kind of look like either an adventurer or someone doing some sus.
Just breaking the law.
She sneaks.
That girl sneaks.
She sneaks. Guns in the family. Good luck tonight.
Well, going to go find some very bad people. So, yes,
Have you
of course,
met,
if I do find them,
I have a question.
it's an extra bounty.
Have you met our neighbors?
Um, one of them, I believe so, had a break-in a couple of weeks ago.
Here or they did?
No, they did.
Did you catch
So,
them?
oh yes, I caught them.
On the clock or off the clock?
Well, I got paid. So,
We haven't had like
How
someone try to break into our house, have we?
no,
Good.
not yet anyway.
how very proactive of you, sister. I would have never thought of it.
Well, I wish I could say it is about newfound maturity and everything, but honestly, I'm just having an awful lot of fun shooting things. I have some things to work through, you understand, dear brother.
Yeah, I've been shooting a lot of things too. Okay, that kind of seems to be a trauma response that runs in the family.
Yes, especially considering I don't drink, or at least not the strong spirits as you do.
Give it a try. It's marvelous.
Hmm.
It might improve the attitude issues.
I do not have attitude issues.
Ah,
Anyway, she kind of goes and collects her things, goes out the front door, and you hear her kind of lock it as she leaves.
Well, I'm going to bed.
yeah, I guess we should too. Caleb,
Yes.
are you doing anything stupid tonight?
No.
Why was it delayed?
Well, I had to really think about what I could do. And no, I don't have the ability to do anything stupid. So no.
Well, you don't have to do stupid stuff with magic, and you can do stuff the mundane way, like arson.
You just Volred is halfway up the stairs and just, excuse me, what?
The key word is arson. Nothing. We're just talking about ways of having fun without using magic.
Yeah.
Arson's fun as he walks away.
I think our roommate in the house is a cop now. But he's a little more careful.
Eh,
Hmm. I suppose that is technically true, yes.
We should plant drugs in her room.
What?
What?
These pranks keep getting worse.
Yes, they will.
Oh, God.
I haven't fought anything in days. I won an arm wrestling contest. That's the extent of violence I've had in the span of 3 days.
eh,
Wow.
You'll be
Okay.
fine.
All right. So, you guys head to bed. And unless there's something you want to do before the meeting tomorrow, I would say we could call it here.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I've got nothing.
Okay. So then we'll go ahead and call it here, and then we will pick up next session for chapter 91 with the meeting for this mysterious figure from Star Ruler Enclave, and to see what precisely he wants to voluntold you for. So, yeah.
Kind of want to be rude
Any.
to him, but I don't want to be rude to him.
Oh, please be rude. Please be rude. Stuff gets so much more interesting when you have enemies that want you dead all the time.
Trying to avoid that with this character.
Uh,
Not very well.
I'm trying. I'm not very trying very is not very successful.
at any rate, so next Tuesday, 7 p.m. Central, having to remember that stuff. Obviously, come back here. Not this week, but it's like actually probably not next week either. But
The first and last
continue.
Thursday of every
Yeah.
month, barring some weird scheduling mix up, there will be an Adjacent with Jace where you can ask all the questions you want about the campaign or any type of role playing game question. And you can ask them whenever you want. So it's the first and last Thursday of every month. So we just recently had one, not last week, but the week before that. And
Yep. We're at that weird spot where we're right in the middle.
this is a long month, by the way. Like there's an extra, like a
Oh yeah,
5-week
because
month.
that's true. It is like the 5 week month.
So
That's why I was like, it wasn't mathing to me. I was like, wait a second, no.
Yeah.
But soon we'll
have
maybe another con.
Yeah, who knows? They'll be at the end of September though if that pops up to it, and we'll try to record it for it. But join us next Tuesday, 7 p.m. Central, for the next episode of Chapter 91 of Adventures in Athoria by Terra the Black Tower Stories. And
Yes, and we have so this will be immediately available on VOD. Couple days will be added to YouTube. If you've missed any episodes so far, you can go to YouTube and watch them there too.
The Black Tower Stories on YouTube or Twitch. So,
yep,
all kind of backlot. And Eric has a week to make up 200 NPCs. We're in this town for a couple days, just letting you know.
Yeah.
Good night, everyone. We'll see you next Tuesday. Bye.
Yeah, goodbye.